What is up, guys? We are finally live. My mic was muted. I was trying to get everything set up today. Completely a new day in terms of streaming. We have got everything set up to multi-stream to both Twitch and to YouTube. So this is the first time I've ever trying this. I've done like 2 Twitch streams ever and like 5 YouTube streams. So I'm still very new. I see we got a few people in chat. Welcome everybody. Let's see, multi-chat. Just trying to figure out everything that's going on. A lot of new stuff. Shout out to Kurzad for helping me out. Figuring everything out. Looks like we got about 5 people in here, 3 people on YouTube. I don't know if I can see how many people are on Twitch. This is all super new to me. Let me double check that everything's working on Twitch before we get started. Maybe there's a delay. Looking at it on my phone, and it looks like it's still showing the starting soon screen. So we'll see if that updates. I assume. I hope it will. There's YouTube. Trying to figure out how to pull up the chats because right now I only see. It says a multi-chat and I don't see any chats in here. I don't know if there are any chats to miss or not. Yeah, I see on my phone. Bale said hello. Deluxe Flores Timos said hello. What's up, guys? Like I said, just bear with me for a little bit while we're figuring this out. I can just pull up chat here. All right, looks like I got 1 viewer on Twitch, 5 followers, and then if I pull up the stream on YouTube, 5 concurrent viewers. Okay, cool. Let's do this. And just do 2 little mini windows. Okay. I think this should work. Can see the chat now on both of them. Real quick, going to plug my Twitch for everyone else. We're going to be doing the marbles giveaway a little bit later on Twitch. So if you guys want to be involved in the account takeover giveaway or team takeover giveaway, make sure you go over there, get involved there. Let me pull up my channel, and then I'll put that in the YouTube chat as well. It is just Twitch TV /Sam the Raid Man. Pretty much same name there as it is everywhere else. That. Trying to get up to 50 followers on there. You don't even have to be subscribed, just followers on there. That way I can get to affiliate. Once we get to affiliate, we can start doing some more fun things with like channel points and things like that. So you guys make sure you go over there to Twitch. Although I will say, I'm going to try and reload it from my phone. It's still saying we're at the welcome screen, which basically means the Twitch is frozen. Let's double check that. Yeah, now it says it's just casting to a black screen. If one of you guys doesn't mind going to test that out, I am struggling. Let's go back to OBS. It says I'm streaming to Twitch. Default, everything. Like, I know it can work because it did the little welcome scene. Like, it did the starting soon screen that we had. It did the same one right there. So I know it can work. Just need to figure out how to. Get it to work there. Settings. One day. We'll get this down, guys. One day. So it's got the YouTube settings. I think that's all perfect. It seems like everything on YouTube is normal. But then when I try and go to that, to the Twitch, that's when it seems like things are messed up. Perfect. I got a follow from Bale on Twitch. Thank you. Bale, let me know in the YouTube chat if you're still watching. What do you see when you go over to that Twitch? Because I'm currently trying to watch it on my phone and struggling. Because I would hate to have 2 streams in a row. Okay, the picture of me on when I go to my Twitch on my phone has my face and like me talking. And I think Twitch is freaking out because it's me. Welcome, Hawk Gaming. Thanks for coming to the chat. I apologize if things are a little hectic right now, trying to figure out everything that's going on with the stream. We're currently live on, like I said, on Twitch and on YouTube, so the Twitch part seems to be the part that's giving me some issues. So just bear with me. We'll figure out the Twitch part. I wish I had a different phone to test this one. Looks like it might be working. Can I see if I go to Twitch what I'm showing on my screen? Yeah, it looks like it's black. So like when I go to my Twitch, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. It's got just like a black screen. Raid Shadow Legends account coaching. There's Bale's chat. What's up, man? Let me try and disconnect it one more time and then reconnect it again. Bale, can you see anything or hear anything coming through on the Twitch stream? You said, yeah, it's black. Okay. What's up, Miguel? Hello from Greece. That's awesome. Hawk Gaming said you pulled a Lissandra. Is she any good? Take your time, man. Well, I appreciate that. Definitely, figuring things out. Lissandra is really good. It just depends where you are in the game. But she's like a super awesome speed controller. I use her a lot in Dark Fae. I think she's one of the best for Dark Fae. I think she's really good for the Scarab King. And then earlier game, I think she's really good in like Fire Knight, and she's really good in Spider. She's solid in the arena. 24% speed in all battles is one of the best auras in the game for all battles. And this ability right here is an awesome opener in the arena, or really in any wave. Increase speed on everyone, increase turn meter fill, and then decrease turn meter of all enemies by 30%. This one's really good for like Fire Knight Spider, attacks one enemy, fully depletes their turn meter, and then A1 transfers debuffs. So pretty simple and straightforward kit. So again, like areas I would use her, maybe some of the potion keeps, but Spider, very, very good. Dragon, not very good. Fire Knight, very, very good. Potentially Iron Twins, but you don't really shouldn't have the decrease speed, and you kind of need that there. And then for clan bosses, I wouldn't really use her maybe in Hydra, but again, she doesn't really do the decrease speed, so she's just bringing you increased speed and a turn meter fill, but she wouldn't be bad for Chimera, just doesn't do a lot of heals. So it just depends where in the game you're at, Hawk. Welcome, Machu Picchu. I figured when you said hello from Greece, I didn't have too many people coming to watch the chat from Greece. Bill said you got sound, so let me try and just disconnect my Twitch from OBS, and then we're going to reconnect. And then see if anything pops up. Okay. It says connection successful. Raid Shadow Legends coaching. My canvas settings, I don't think I can edit any of these. So I'm assuming and hoping that they're correct. But maybe that's part of the issue. So start streaming on Twitch. That's what it says right now. Then it says Bodhi or Sam the Raidman went offline. Oh man, I got like 18 past broadcasts now with 0 views on the video on the channel. Let me check on the computer again. Twitch channel. Says I'm live. Yeah, it's still black. That's such a bummer. Well, the main reason that this is a bummer is because this is how we were going to do the marble run. So I can see for some reason I have a Mario tag on here. We got another subscriber, so thank you guys, or follower on Twitch. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that's good. Need help with hard dungeons. Yeah. Well, you said you'll be right back, so we can talk about hard dungeons there. That's something I'm more than happy to. All right. Well, there's a stream key. Maybe if we enter the stream key. Kurzad, you're not in chat, are you? That would be helpful. I got a TJ in. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I can see that activity feed. It's like something's working. So this is what I'm looking at. And I apologize if this is a little blurry, but it says like past broadcast raid, and it's me looking down at my phone. So like something's working. And am I live now? There's the previous clip. So the previous clip worked. Last live just now. Not super helpful. But then on the computer, it looks like it's just black. Okay, so it was working. I don't think it... let me mute myself. I can literally see myself talking on Twitch right now. But it's just like the video. Live with one viewer. No, stop. Bear with me. We're so close. Maybe it's not letting me watch because I'm... Yeah. Let me know, Bill. Do you see anything else now? It's saying that, like, my previous videos had gameplay and had something for people to see, but then it's saying the current one does not. Sound, but no picture. That's so bizarre. Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? We will figure this out later. Maybe if Kurzad joins, we can try and figure out the Twitch chat. I guess I'll leave it open, just so we can start getting stuff out there. But I'm wondering why, because if I look back at some of these videos, I can see 5-second Twitch clips from when I was going live and stopping it. But then when I actually click on the live, it's got nothing going on. So like here's a 0 view clip, or an 8-minute clip actually, of the starting soon, and then it goes to me playing the game and talking. So like it can work, it's just not working. I don't know what. So we'll go back to YouTube. Did you DM me a screenshot of Twitch? Let me try and pull that up. Got way too much stuff going on. Bail. Yeah, literally just black. Okay. All right. Well, let's do. Let's get started. We'll just ignore the Twitch basically, and then we'll figure it out later. Like I said, if Kurzet joins, we have a few different things that we're gonna try and tackle today, and maybe the takeover. I know we can definitely do it. Like if I pull up marbles right now, it'll let me run a race, and I think if you join the Twitch chat, you can participate, but then you wouldn't be able to watch, which kind of defeats the purpose of live streaming on Twitch. So I don't really understand what I'm supposed to be doing with that. So I got the same people on Twitch. The multi-chat on here is not working. I can see Twitch chat only. So that I can't see YouTube chat. All right, looks like we got about 7 people in here. After this run, we're going to log on to my friend, one of my subscribers, Demos, his account. He is Deluxe Floors. I don't know if he's still in here. I know he said he had to go to dinner with his family as well. And he also gave me his login for his alt to take a look at a potential Ultra Nightmare comp, which we might build later if we have time to. I got one of my subscribers, Adrian, who loves to get in a little bit of a virtual, pissing match about who can do the most damage in Clan Boss. Every time I build a new team, he builds it better, basically. And he thinks that's just so funny. So he has given me some more advice for my Clan Boss team, things to try. And we can potentially take a look at that. I'm trying to see if I can zoom my camera out. I feel like it's super close into my face. I don't think there's too much I can do besides moving the monitor or the mount back. Okay. We'll let this team finish. Ninja should be in the right gear. I believe he is because it seems like he's landing things. Then we'll log into Demos' account, and then we're also going to log into... Trying to remember who else's account we said we were going to log into. I have way too many Discord messages. I need to start like writing them down on a physical piece of paper in front of me. There we go. One of my subscribers, Cam, wants me to log into his account. Pull back the original thing. I want to talk about a possible Hydra team. So he's giving me his login details. Literally just finished. He built his Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss team. Okay. Yeah, I think that's definitely doable. And shouldn't be too bad in terms of time. So we'll log in. We'll do some coaching. He's going to watch this basically as a YouTube video tomorrow. And potentially we'll talk about booking a takeover or something like that in the future. All right, so there's that little run. We'll save some energy for later. Go ahead and log out of Raid. Love that I have to do this every single time. That's so fun. Add new account. You can also see I've got new stream elements over here. This is part of how Demos and I figured out how, not Demos, Kurzad and I helped figure out how to multi-stream, which, not gonna lie, doesn't seem to be working the way I thought it would. It's just tough to test because I don't want to go live and fake people out. So I don't really know how to test it too much. It said it was gonna work, and then it didn't. All right, the login he sent me is not working. Potentially we can try a different, not all caps version or not uppercase at the beginning. There we go. Got it. So we are logged into It's Cam's account. We're going to take a look. We can take a look together and then basically talk about what a good Hydra team would look like. So we got OBS. Kurzad, you said no picture on Twitch. Yeah, Kurzad, I have no idea what's going on with Twitch. We've tried a few times. If you look at like the past videos, for whatever reason, it seems like the video is working fine. And you can see when like me and talking, and I'll be like looking down at my phone, trying to look at it. But if I pull up Twitch on my browser, it's just blank, right? It's like if you look at this most recent video, I'll mute it, but like you can see, here's me. This is Twitch. Twitch recorded this. Where OBS sent this to Twitch. It's like an 8-minute video, and here's me talking, and I'm like figuring out why I don't see anything. But then when I go to the live, this is what it shows. It's like I'm live. This is my stream. Sound but no picture. Bale already talked about that. So I have no idea why it's showing like that. Let me know if you have any ideas. I've disconnected it from OBS and put it back on, and it says it's streaming to Twitch. So maybe I have to do some more testing after this. Maybe after the stream ends, I'll like turn off YouTube and go live on Twitch and try and figure stuff out. Anyways, for now, we're just going to focus on YouTube. That being said, we are going to be streaming on Twitch moving forward, both for Raid and potentially for other games down the line. This is where we will do our marble giveaway. It has to be done on Twitch. Hypothetically, we could get some people in from YouTube on Twitch. We can like enter a name for you. So if, let's say, Bale can't get onto Twitch, then I'll put in a marble that says Bale, and that will count for him. But in general, it's a lot easier if you guys can join Twitch. So go ahead and head over there, subscribe or follow. Following gets me closer to that affiliate goal where we can start doing cooler stuff, and I can start making 10 cents a stream over there. So this is It's Cam's account, and we've got a Garrel here, pretty sweet, who is booked. I'm already thinking of a provoke here with Garrel. It is on a 4-turn cooldown. Cheshire Cat is some pretty bonkers damage. We have got a Cat's Gaze. That makes sense. One Cheshire Cat. Let me actually look at his kit. I know he does crazy damage, but I'm not super familiar with this kit. Attacks one enemy, AoE if he has Perfect Veil. Places Perfect Veil, attack and speed. AoE, or attack one enemy 3 times, decrease enemy speed. Increases champion speed up to 10%. Kills an enemy, place Perfect Veil on this ally now. Turn meter, okay. AoE, Perfect Veil, increased attack, grants next turn if he kills somebody. Turn meter fill effects are 30% more effective. This champion will ignore defense and inflict more damage if they're under Veil, so it's all about having Veil. Block damage, damage places block damage in perfect veil. That's crazy. On a 3-turn cooldown, that's such an insane passive. 5-star crushing rend. Like Cheshire Cat is 100% in your team. Michinaki is probably also 100% in your team. There's damage and damage. You got Hex, Buff Strip. Hey Arwaz, thanks for joining. I apologize for the Twitch inconsistencies, but hopefully you're here on YouTube. I see you are here on YouTube. That's better. We have a Ninja. It's tough to deny Ninja for the damage. Because his damage is just so good and boosts so much over time. Let's see what kind of build you got. 4,000 attacks, a little bit low. 235 crit damage. What's your Cheshire Cats at? Better. A lot of crit damage. Pretty good on the attack. All right, you have a Necmo who's going to be the best speed you can build. So let's take a look. If you've already got your keys, you got 1 key left. Nope, wrong clan boss. Nightmare, and his name I think is It's Cam in here. Okay. So clan boss, Hydra. Let's see if you've already submitted a key. You have not. Brutal. You have not as well. So you're just doing hard. Okay, you got a 1 key here. Duchess, Cheshire, Michinaki, Mithrala. I would not bring Mithrala and Michinaki together. King Galkapar and Mashald. And then It's Cam. I see 1 key here. Nishak, Kyoku, Saris, Bivald, Ninja, Vogoth. Very strange team there. You have a 3rd key, obviously. So we're going to build a team that I would recommend. And here we go again. Akemtum, Visix, Ugo, White Queen, Wukong, Garrel. Okay, those are all solid champions. If you're looking at your number 1 team that can push your damage, I would say, does Cheshire Cat have an all aura? What is his aura? Speed in all battles. Now, what is King Galkapar doing? He's cleansing and poisoning, right? Buff stripping, cleansing and shielding and poisoning. I don't know that he does a ton for you. 6-star Brimstone is not bad. Don't think he's doing... I keep clicking on the wrong clan boss. You know, the guys know that's my specialty. So yeah, Cheshire Cat first. Michinaki second. Probably Garrel. I have a hard time imagining Garrel's not going to be in. Necmo Thar almost for sure. So then we've got Hex, damage, increase speed, decrease speed. Then we need a Provoke, and we need block buffs. For a Provoke, I saw a Visix. I see a Torment. Garrel can do it, but not on the form that does the most damage. Vogoth can do it poorly. Let's just double check who our options are. So everybody, debuffs, provokes. Solus has one on a 3-turn cooldown. Interesting. Is that a provoke? Is that his A1 too? No. Oh. No, he's got 2 provokes. Yeah, Solus would be definitely worth a build there. Bivald is your best because he's got it on his A1 and on his A3, I believe. So I would say build a Solus. He does good damage. He's very tanky because he's defense-based. And we've already got some other defense-based champions in the team. So let's put a Solus in for now. Obviously, we're not running this. We're just talking hypothetical. And then we just need block buffs. I feel like Wukong has to be the best option. But we'll take a look and see if there's anybody I'm missing. Yeah, not Phoenix. Roanus, I don't know how his works. Yeah, on the A1. Also, I apologize if you can hear a crying baby in the background. You do have Lamasu, who's definitely going to be a better, because you do block buffs and decrease speed, and she's got decreased attack and a really solid A3. So she would be your best long term. Wukong would be your best short term. So I'll put in a little Lamasu for now to kind of give you a target to level up for. But I think, like I said, for the short term, use your Wukong. Just make sure he's built well. Where is Lamasu? You have a Yin Sinza too. We need to take a better look at this account. Where is Lamasu? Fabian. I thought she was 5-star. But then I thought she wasn't all the way leveled up. Maybe she's 6-star, not all the leveled up. Why am I? Let's do it by affinity because she's void. I'm definitely missing her. There she is. All right, 5-star, but not leveled up. I don't know how I missed her. So this will be your team. That's a team that can very well do Nightmare. It's all about the gear that you have. Cheshire Cat, amazing damage. Mishinaki, super good damage. Geralt, amazing damage. Soulless, good damage. Negmo, super good in terms of controlling. And then Lamasu is going to be also good for controlling. She can probably decrease your cooldowns on your Mishinaki or your Cheshire Cat, and then doing block buffs. Now, you don't have an answer to Head of Torment. So an alternative option would be take Geralt out, probably. And then let's see if you have a Shamail. Because if you have a Shamail, that's the easiest answer. If not, we're going to go to one of our Perfect Veil champions. So probably a Duchess, like that. Let's see what other Perfect Veils we have. Perfect Veil. You're placing on yourself. You're placing on yourself. Ooh, Feral is also very good. Let's do that. So Lamasu's out. Duchess is back in. Geralt's back in. And then Feral is going to be in. Again, I apologize if you guys can hear my daughter crying in the background. Sounds like her diaper is being changed, so she doesn't like that. Where was Feral at? I thought he was 50. Why do I keep missing all of these people? By rank, 5 stars. He's not right here. There he is. Okay. I feel good about this. This is a team, once everyone is 6-starred, that can absolutely crush Ultra Nightmare. No questions asked. I think you can do, easily over 100 million with this team. Now, in terms of how everyone needs to be geared, it's a little bit more difficult to answer, but we'll take it. We don't have any keys. Cheshire Cat, I think the way he is built is pretty good, right? You want Helm Smasher, you get Ignore Defense from Cat's Gaze. I don't really care too much about those individual pieces. The set's kind of irrelevant. If you want more Ignore Defense, then that'd be better. But if you just, whatever good gear gets you into the stats, that's what matters the most. Yeah, you just want him basically doing a lot of attack, and the faster he is, the better. So 212 is a little bit slow, but full crit rate, good. High attack, good. Okay on the defense and HP, a little bit squishy, but we have... Actually, we don't have a Reviver if we bring in Feral. We have Leech with Necmo, and we have Perfect Veil with Feral, so that should help us stay alive. Doesn't have a ton of accuracy. Does he need it? I don't think so. No. Just doing raw damage. Okay. So I think he is built pretty good. Geralt is going to be switching to his alternate form, and you're just going to do the A3 and the A1 a ton, basically. And just to do that, you just want a crap ton of attack. So I wouldn't even build him with accuracy. Excuse me. Crit damage or crit rate on the gloves, attack percent on the chest, speed or attack percent on the boots, but you want him at least 200 speed, if not higher. Geralt's not as much of a fiend for speed because he gets brought in a ton on his passive, so even if he's a little bit slower, he can still do a lot of damage. But just some of your best damage gear on your account. Michinaki is a great damage dealer. That being said, if you want to build him fast and relentless with high accuracy, that's just as good. Because he can save your team. You can get extra turns. You get decreased defense, decreased attack, HP burn, Hex, and then joining in on ally attacks. And he's also got a 2-star Brimstone. So the way he's built now is definitely solid, right? He's a little bit slow, but 403. If you can get him a good relentless gear or 9-piece Merciless, I would recommend that. So that's 1, 2, 3. Necmo is literally just as fast as possible with accuracy. So this is very, very slow. I know he said the gear is not where he wants it to be in this account, but I'm just putting it in perspective. This is very, very slow for Ultra Nightmare, or for Nightmare. Hydra. The accuracy is good. That's encouraging. I would give him War Master because he does all AoEs. He also needs books if you want to use him there. I don't know what kind of books you have. No books. So Feral, let's check everyone else. Booked. I think you are not booked. You are booked. You would need books here. He's going to be not near as good, but he can, could still be good, just not as good. Wukong is not booked, so I wouldn't want to use him either. Feral is kind of booked. Yeah, I mean, booking is a priority. I don't think your gear is quite ready for Nightmare. I keep saying Ultra Nightmare. I don't think your gear is quite ready for Nightmare, anyways. But also, I think working on gearing, getting better gear, and booking at the same time, I think is going to be big. Soulless, high defense, high damage, accuracy. The damage is secondary. Like, you definitely want more accuracy and more speed and defense. But provoking on enemies, one turn. That's on a 5-turn cooldown, and then you have this one on a 3-turn cooldown. So you have 2 chances at it. This one books to 100%, but even without being booked, you don't need it. And then this one doesn't need to be booked. So he can go without books. But again, the faster he goes, the better for sure. Now, Yensenza, AoE decrease attack, and then she brings in the ally with the highest crit damage. That's a ton. Poison Cloud, increase speed on a target. AoE, decrease defense, and weaken. Yensenza is an interesting one. So is Authoritatrix, Lammasu. But I would say shelf them for now. Focus on the more simple, straightforward champions. Necmo to me is the most, like, you've got 3 amazing damage dealers. Necmo to me is the linchpin of like getting to the next level of just slowing the Hydra heads down and speeding you up. And then Feral or Wukong as well. But Feral fills like 2 slots, right? He brings you Perfect Veil and he brings your block buffs. He also increases your damage when you have more buffs. So he's going to do a ton for the sake of the team. All right, let me catch up to some of the questions. Arwaz, he said, how are you? I'm doing great, man. Just watched my video, my personal record. There's been like 7, but yeah, I just posted one, or my editor just posted one like an hour ago. So I think it's 1.19 was the final result. That is my new official record. Otherwise, you said you want to follow the Twitch channel. Yeah, but you came back here because it's black. Yeah, I understand that it's black, but thank you for following. That's why I'm leaving it open so people can still head over there. And I might still do it for marbles. We'll see. Worst case scenario, everyone will just type their name in the YouTube chat, and then I'll put their name in marbles, right? Like, that's an option. So we'll pull up marbles just to show you what I'm talking about. Because if Twitch is open, I think it'll let me run a marbles race, but it won't let me run the marbles race if I'm on YouTube. And we'll probably mute this. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you. All right. So if we click play a race, just click on the first one. We can do viewers and click play. Now, if you're in the Twitch chat, you can just type !play. Obviously, again, we're showing you. We're not actually running a race right now. If you're in the Twitch chat, okay, I don't really care about this. Can we skip it? Then you can type in !play and it'll work. And then your name will pop up here. But then worst case, if that doesn't work, we can just type people in basically and manually add people. So I know I can join, and then I don't know how I actually figured this out. How do we add somebody in? I figured this out before. Player list. So then I guess I'd have to do it with bots, right? So I would just create a bot for each of y'all basically and say, you know, here is Bale, here is Arwaz, here's Bones Dragon, here's everyone, you know, and I would just create the dummies in there as bots. And then we can do the giveaway that way. Yeah, it's frustrating that the way that things are working, that with Twitch, it's not going to work. Oh, sorry, guys. I I apologize. Not actually doing the stream right now. Well, if you guys want to, we can. I figure we'll wait for a little bit. We got 18 people in here now, so I figured we wait to more closer to 20. And I want to finish doing this count coaching first. Sorry, y'all. I don't mean to pump fake y'all. Just trying to show y'all what I was thinking and what it looks like. So, answering more questions. Hot Gaming asked if I have a Discord. I do. I'm happy to send that over. Sweet. Hot Hawk, sit back, want to do mine. I'm happy to log into your account. Hawk, if you'll just message me on Discord with your login info, we can take a look. Arwaz said, I went to follow the tweet. You said that already. Bones Dragon said, hey, how goes it? Welcome back, man. Thanks for coming to 2 streams in a row. I appreciate it. Arwaz said, for Provoke, isn't Molly better? That's definitely true. I don't know if I didn't see Molly. Yeah, no, Molly is better for sure because she has a chance to do it on a 2-turn Provoke, although his is not booked. So it's at a 4-turn. What is Tarshan's Provoke? Nah, it's not good. Okay. Biblewood is like about as good as it get, and his is booked, right? So first hit has a 100% chance of placing Provoke. Second hit has 100% chance of placing Leech. And then the A1's got a 50% chance of placing Provoke. So like in terms of just keeping the head Provoke, Biblewood's as good as it gets. But then Sun Wukong can do block buffs. Or no, sorry, not Sun Wukong. Physics can do decreased speed as well. Solus can do a lot more damage than Biblewood can do. But I would say Biblewood for a long time, and then eventually Solus in terms of like optimizing your team for the damage. Max, welcome to the chat. However, everyone, I'm doing great, man. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. Max Chase says bored. I don't know what that means. BOARD. But either way, welcome, Max. Like I said, I sent the Discord if you want to message me your login info, and we can get a takeover for you. I got a message from Sir Frost about an account takeover. I don't know if that's one of you guys in stream. But if it is you, just send me your login info. I'm trying to not like respond back to messages and type up messages right now. All right, so looking at the rest of this, God, it's tough to keep everything going on my left screen. I don't see anybody else that I'm like really fussed about taking to the next level. Rathalos is good, but I don't think damage is where this account is lacking. I think it's more about control and filling the slots that are necessary. Leveling people, getting stuff up. I don't know what... I see you got some accessories here. It's like that doesn't look too bad. Got a 4-star. You don't love that. But yeah, I mean, getting more lethal gear, getting savage gear. Cursed gear is very, very good. You have Michinaki, so you've got one of the best hexers. But if you want like your Necmo to be in a hex set instead, or you want to use, you only have so many hexers on your account, you want to put some with AoEs like that into a curse set. That's very, very good. Roll up a lot of this savage gear. Get your speeds up. Ideally, you want everyone 250 plus for a Nightmare Hydra team. Let's take a look at your clan boss team. I know you said you just built a 2-key. Let's see what you built. It's Cam. Nice, one with an old school budget man-eater team. So you've got a Rowan for a slow boy, Ninja Venomage. That's fun. I don't think you can see how much damage that team is doing, but that's pretty cool. I like that team. That's a tough team to build, but that is super fun. All right, we're going to log into Demos' account next. I know he talked about me taking a look at his Sand Devil team and then potentially logging into his alt and taking a look at an Ultra Nightmare team there for him. Perfect. So Frost, I see yours as well. We'll log into yours after Demos is. Who are you also in chat, just so I know who Sir Frost is in chat. All right, so this is Demos' account, I believe, or maybe this is Demos' alternate account. I feel like this always happens where I get logged into the wrong account. I thought I clicked on the one that says Demos. All right, so let's just assume this is their log. Oh man, you got Heraclides, who I really, really want. Let's take a look at what a potential Ultra Nightmare team is. I see Fushan, I see Ninja, I see a Seeker, Frozen Banshee, and a 1-man-eater. So let's look at everyone, including the Vault. First thing I'm looking at is block damage. We have any Demythas. We do have a Warcaster, so there definitely is a team here. And we have a Mummy Man, potentially, and a Man-Eater. Let me think really quickly. Go to Deadwood's website. And look at this together. Oh, Max is Sir Frost. Nice. So I'm looking at Man-Eater teams. Mummy Man, that's the one with Kafru. That's like a 2-key. Budget Man-Eater. I don't think I saw a Painkeeper on here. There is a Painkeeper. There are 2 Painkeepers. Let me double check that there was only 1 Man-Eater, right? Okay. 2 Man-Eaters and a Seeker and a Painkeeper. I'm thinking Bad Eater. But for this one, let's take a look. Yeah, maybe this one, War and Bat. So the Man-Eater, Seeker, 4-turn cooldown on kill. Well, that can be Warcaster. Is there a Ninja variation? If we didn't include Ninja, what's our best damage? I see Harima. She's amazing. Fushan can be very, very good. Rhonda's okay. Scabrius is okay. I'm not seeing anybody that's jumping out of me. Gala's okay. Alika's good. Issue with Alika is I just don't know who's bringing in our debuffs, right? When you're teams that are like 2-key Ultra Nightmare trying to 1-key, you really, really need decreased defense and weaken. So these are decreased defense champions. Rathalos is super good. Potentially, if we could do somebody that's, because you got 2 slots, right? If we could do somebody that brings in HP burn and then have Rathalos bringing in decreased defense, he does do a lot of damage. Martyr is also a good shout because she can bring turn meter increase, and you wouldn't want that on a Painkeeper team, but most teams that would still work pretty well. Frozen, that's not Frozen Banshee. I assume you have a Frozen Banshee, but that's Grave Chill. Diana hits hard. I've never actually used her. 2 ally attacks. Not bad. Decreased defense on the A1. Buffing herself. Yeah, I feel like Martyr is a good shout because she does decreased defense on the A1, increased defense for everybody, and then provoke and counterattack on the A2. On a 3-turn cooldown. We don't really care about this too much. Probably just alternate between the A1 and the A2. So then if we have decreased defense, we just need a weaken, ideally. Now Roxanne, I think his turn meter stuff is, yeah, that's what kills him. Maybe it's a Scabrius. Yeah. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, so that's not ideal. Bale, we will try. I need to get, I'm going to write it, I got to think about it. I got to get a physical notepad for my next stream. I was going to say I might have one. Let me see if I can grab a pen. All right, we're going to pause. I will be right back. All right, welcome back. I've got a pencil and paper. So right now we are on Demos as alt, which will be done soon, and then we're going to do Demos as main for Sand Devil. That team is not working. Sand Devil 25. Take a look at that. And then next up we had Sir Frost, who is also what we say Max, right? Max, yes. Sir Frost / Max. I don't remember what you asked. I think you said about a clan boss team. And then next up we said Bale. Bale, what kind of team is it? And then if you've messaged me to log into your account, make sure you've DM'd me on Discord with the login details. Let's see. Check my Discord again. Make sure I'm not missing any more messages. I've got Sir Frost. Bale, yeah, if you'll log in, some of your login details, that will be helpful. Oh, and then Machu Picchu, I also have yours. You said you wanted an account review. So Machu Picchu, we're going to put you in right behind Sir Frost, ahead of Bale, since Bale asked last, and Machu Picchu honestly technically asked first. So I don't want to put you at the bottom of the list. Machu review. I apologize. I'm shaking the thing. But I think that's 5 people we have to log in accounts, including the one that we're currently in. I think that's doable. We just got to get on our horse and go. Sweet. Okay. Scabrous, I think, is a good shout, right? I think looking at these other champions, I don't see a ton of great options. Cleopteryx's damage is kind of low. Fire Guns is not bad, but Scabrous... Ooh, Swearen's also good. Poison on the A1, Weaken on the A2. She also brings in a tertiary decreased defense. I think those two are close. Scabrius, I think because you have the 5-star soul, I would recommend. So let's do Scabrius. He's got the poison on the A1. We can basically turn off the leech, just do the weaken, and an increased attack on himself as well, and then just hits hard on the A1. And then basically his damage increases when he's attacking enemies under poison. So let's hypothetically build out what I want this team to look like. It's going to be... Ooh, you have an Elva too. You don't have a Ruella, do you? Well, you don't have Demytha, so it doesn't matter. I was thinking Myth Ruelva, but not an option. You do have the Frozen Banshee. Probably over Scabrius for now. So Maneater, Warcaster, Seeker. And then we said Martyr for decreased defense. And then Scabrius eventually for weaken. But right now we're going to do this. Actually, you'd probably use Warcaster because he has a great aura. And then Martyr. And then eventually, like I said, we would work on Scabrius. Like that. So that would be your new team. But Demas, you can message me and we can potentially look at doing a full takeover for this. I don't think we're going to have time this stream, but maybe we can set that up for a future one. Assuming you've got the gear. I don't think those speeds are like egregious. 255 is your fastest. I don't know what speeds everyone's at right now. 197, 240. Yeah, I don't think anyone's that fast right now. Kimmy, 230. So yeah, definitely need to get some speeds up. Okay. You got 255 already. So I think the 255 is definitely doable. Prinzo said, take a look at the Hydra team. I'm going to put you on the bottom of the list. You got about 5 people ahead of you. But like I said, we will try and get to everything. Just join my Discord. You should be able to scroll up and see that link. And then DM me there your login details if you want me to log into your account. Okay. Check on Twitch. Make sure nothing's happening over there. Nope, just me pump faking y'all on the fake marbles. Okay, so Demos, we're going to log out of this one, and I'm going to try and make sure I can remember which account I need to log into for your main account. And let me copy this and just send it to you just so you know what speeds you're trying to work towards. They all got your login details. Perfect. You said Warcaster's not built. Yeah, you do have enough silver. Like, that's not the issue. Demos, will you send me your new, your main account login details? It's should be the Musulu one. All right, Sir Frost, we're going to get to you next. /Max. Try and obviously spend enough time and answer you guys' questions. Make sure this is helpful for y'all, but also want to be cognizant of time since we do have a decent amount of people in here that are all looking to have coaching and help. All right, we've logged into Sir Frost's account. We're going to close out of this Deadwood tab. I got way too many tabs and stuff opening, so I'm trying to limit that. Cool. Gengar Hunter, big Pokemon fan, I assume. Got the He-Man pass. Necrat is your favorite champion. I always like looking at who people put here. Let's take a look. So we got a Visix, 6-star, Alice, Loki, Ninja. We love that. Rathalos, Artak. Got a Krutraxa. That's very, very fun. I believe my wife is heading to the store. We got another Necmo. We got an Elva, Ronda, Roshcard, Wukong, Calvalex, Murgrim, Skrank, Morag, Mithrala, Royal Guard, Phoenix. We love Phoenix. Anyone else in the vault? Adolin, Cleopteryx, and He-Man himself. All right, well, what did we want to take a look at, Sir Frost? Max? You said small count or like a second option. One, I've been stuck on Hydra and Demon Lord Clan Boss. Okay, so let's take a look at some of your champions and see who's geared in what way. Physics, very high accuracy. Definitely has more crit damage than she needs to. Maybe that's just the perception options you have. She doesn't hit very hard, and actually with her ally protect, you don't want her to have crit rate and crit damage. But just looking at how much gear you have, well, yeah, not a ton of it, and not a lot of it's rolled up. You have a decent amount, but not a lot of it's rolled up. Is Elva booked? Super good support, Elva. She's definitely going to be in almost any Hydra team that you're taking a look at. Charizard, yeah, that would be great, man. That would be awesome. So I see a Skull Crusher. I'm thinking Clan Boss. First thing I look at, the easiest way to unlock anything in Clan Boss is Demitha or Roshcard, potentially. He is booked. Okay, that's a good sign. And then some form of like Man-Eater. All right, we got a Man-Eater. We got a Roshcard. And I think we actually have a Skull Crusher. We know we have a Skull Crusher. So let's go back to Deadwood's website. Man, Deadwood, hell Hades. I use both of their websites so much. I think there's even a section for Roshcard. So the War Embat that we just did, assuming you have a Seeker, that would be tough luck if you don't. Wow, that's one of the first times I've seen that. You got a Roshcard and a Kruchaxa, but you don't have a Seeker. That is tough. So the War Embat that we just talked about for Demos' alt is not an option for you. Now my dog is barking because my wife left. So unhappy about that now. All right, Max, you said Hydra, so we'll focus on Clan Boss and then Hydra. Don't have that. Fast Tower Skull Crusher. This is what I'm looking for. Skull Crusher in the tower. You actually don't even need Man-Eater for this one. This is a 3-key? I don't believe that. This can 2-key. There's no question for that. I mean, it's slow. It's a 1-to-1 team, but we can definitely 2-key with that. That's an old, outdated thing. You need a block debuffer, I think, on a 3-turn cooldown. Let me go back to the calculator. So who are they using for a block debuff? You don't have block debuffs in this team. Frozen Banshee, Rosin, or Bulwark. None of them do block debuffs. Deadwood. I just hyped you up. Let me see. Try to read through what it's saying about the block debuffs. Gotta get the stun to land on Skull Crusher. So that's tough. Let's see if there's any better options, but that's definitely possible. Batman Forever. Roshkar's not in there. You don't have a tower. Dark Knight. No Seeker. That's another one I was thinking about. Man Tower. Fast. I like that. Man-Eater. Warcaster. Definitely 2-key. It's a little bit fast, but they're assuming, because we see Man Tower fast, there should also be a Man Tower slow. Look at that. I'm just a genius, guys. So again, this is possible if those higher speeds are not possible. So let's take a look at Man Tower fast. Assuming that's where we're going to be the one you would try and do. If you can get your Man-Eater to 287 and your Roshcard to 239, you can have 3 DPS champions, which is always fun. The more DPS champions, the better. Ninja's the best option, but he's not going to work because he's just so difficult to work, right? He definitely can work, but it's just so difficult to speed 2, and he doesn't work on force. Yeah, so that's not going to work. I'm trying to think what else. Calvalock's a good poisoner, but not the best. Skrank is good, but he gives himself turn meter as well. I would say Skull Crusher's still probably in. Counterattack is just rare, and you've got a +1, so I think that's going to be too good to not have. I don't see a ton of traditional Clan Boss damage dealers. Let's just look at decreased defense first. See if there's anybody I'm missing. Now, if we do both, is there anybody that does both? Rosin is your only champion who does both. Venomage is good damage, right? Venomage can do the decreased defense. Phoenix is good damage, especially if you do a counterattack. I like that. Put Phoenix in a counterattack team. He's going to use his A3 and his A1. And then you just need a weakened champion. Crew Traxon, potentially. No, she grants an extra turn on her weakened ability. So it's not like you can just use her A1 either. Whew, that's a good A1 though. No, extra turn won't work. Batman Forever it would, but this team it won't. Skrank doesn't work. So it's kind of like Rosin, or you just don't get weakened, basically. I don't know what Wysteri Vinegard does. Extra turn buffing yourself. Looks like it's just a single target nuker. I don't really know what's going on here. Yeah, I think in this case, you're probably just not going to bring in Weaken, right? Cleopteryx, no. All right, so we're going no Weaken. So the team I would recommend as of this moment in time, let's go to Clan Boss, and then we'll move on to Hydra. What are you doing right now? First of all, Kangar Hunter. Are you fighting? 17 million with this team? Yeah. Move down here, find empty. Rosh card. Skull Crusher. Maneater. I think Venomage. No, I think Phoenix. That's our decreased defense. And then I want a Poisoner on the A1. Ignore that. That's my stupid speakers. I bought speakers like a year, like not even a year ago, like 3 or 4 months ago, and they're bugging out. Morag maybe? Morag good damage and does an ally attack. Or probably a Poisoner though. Who's our best Poisoner? Taragi can do some poisons. Ronda can do some solid damage. Uragrim maybe? If we did a Uragrim, hypothetically we could lower the speed requirements, right? If we put Uragrim as the speed lead, and he's already 60, so maybe this. Because you'd get poisons on the A1, poison on the A3, counterattack, and then everyone's counterattacking, including Phoenix's massive A1. Phoenix doing decreased defense on the A3. So I think that's a good one. Just need everyone to be 60 booked and have masteries. Taking a look at Hydra. I don't know what level of Hydra you're trying to push, Max, but we'll just, I don't know why I keep clicking back in on Clan Boss. Honestly, I like this team a lot, right? So you've got control. Let's see if your Necmo is booked, because that makes a big difference. He's not booked, so that would help a ton. But increase speed on you, decrease speed on them, decrease leech on them, and then decrease attack on them is big. She also does decrease speed. She does provoking. Godseeker's help keep you alive. Artek's doing AoE HP burn. Sun Wukong's doing damage and then block buffs. So I like that team a lot. Godseeker would be the one that I would want to take out, but obviously you kind of need her to survive. I would recommend trying with an Arbiter and seeing if that works better. She's going to give you a lot more turn meter. She's going to bring you increased attack for your attack-based damage dealers. I didn't mention Royal Guard, but his damage is spectacular. Potentially a Rathalos is better than him, especially at 50. But you have Rathalos in your other team, so that's fair. So let's say you want to keep the other team. Yeah, I think this team is fine. Royal Guard is fine. But if you have a Rathalos, you definitely would want Arbiter to be on the same team to have that. I guess I'll leave everything as is. I won't actually touch anything. Mithrala should definitely be in a team. Just don't know where. Maybe in, I don't know. Honestly, to be completely honest, the team that I would want to run, if I'm one team kind of screwing everything else, like what is the best team on your account, it would be, no, not Deliana. That's the wrong girl. Where is Elva? Is she right in front of my eyes? She's a 6-star. Right there. Goodness gracious. So you, and then Necmo, I think they have the same speed aura. And then I think Sun Wukong is definitely your best block buffs. I think Visix is probably your best provoker. It stinks. That's definitely an area that you're hurting. So I would do Rathalos, Artak. guess it's got to be Visix. I don't like that. You also don't really have an answer to Head of Torment. I don't see many perfect Veil champions here. Yeah, but she's so much support for you. Like she's going to do a ton. Ninja's an option for sure, depending on how yours is built. He should be an A team for sure. Guess that's the team I would build. Yeah, you got double decrease speed, you got increased speed, you got block debuffs, you got healing, you got cleansing, you got block buffs, damage, HP burn, decreased attack, and more damage. I think that's the team that I would build. Now, a lot of it is going to come down to how your champions are geared, right? You said you're trying to do hard. Ninja, full attack, crit damage. So his attack is solid, his crit damage is solid, his speed is okay. This is a pretty good build, honestly. It's a early to mid game build, but it's not bad. Try to double check followers on Twitch too. Looks like it's the same amount. Yeah, just the 4 of y'all. Check on Discord super quick. Bones Dragon, you talk about forgetting to mess with Volcanos. You're right. I did forget. I just got too much on the mind. I'll pencil you in. Let's message me again so I don't forget. Let's talk about next stream. Maybe we'll kick off with you next time. I don't know what I want to do with Volcanos yet. Or like I probably want to do a showcase. But maybe next week after the Hydra, or not next week, like tomorrow when Hydra resets, for the stream, whatever day next week. Could be this week, probably next week though. Bones Dragon. Demos, I think Demos is gone. Actually, I think he's at dinner with his family. We might have to forget about his Sand Devil. Might just do that off stream. All right, so Ninja's in a good build. Elva, you just want fast. I like 9-piece protection or 6-piece protection her. I think that's really, really good. As fast as you can get her. 250 is a good speed. If you can get more speed, even better. But I understand you probably don't have a ton of silver. Yeah, you're sitting like I am with 3 million. Sun Wukong has to be booked, right? For Arena, but also for Hydra, this has to be. Visix doesn't have to be, but it's going to help a ton. I think Arbiter is really good too, but again, you're lacking a legendary book. So getting that team up to Ultra Nightmare first will get you better shards, get you better books, and that will be big in terms of just like improving this a lot. Hydra is for sure the most demanding content YC, like no question. But I do agree it's very fun. I think it's fun looking at this and trying to like check all the boxes, fill all the roles. I got Sticks and Bone coming in here. Hey Sam, new to your channel. Your vids seem good for me as a new player. Yeah, man, I'm glad to hear that. I think that this is mostly catered to new and mid-game players, which is the coaching and the takeovers. So let me know if you're interested in either of those in the future. A lot of my videos right now are also focused on like pushing world records, so that's less new game focused. But I'm glad that you like it. I try and make everything like understandable and enjoyable and not super high level for people not to understand. Prinzo said, okay, I was searching how I can share a link to my account. Is there a way to copy a link? So if you're uncomfortable with me logging into your account, which is totally okay, you would just send screenshots of your champions. So you go to this grid view, and then you just take a screenshot using like a snipping tool, or, you know, for me, I can use a Windows screen grab and take a picture of this, and just send that to me. We can take a look, and then you tell me where you want me to learn. If you're comfortable like this, like I'm in Max's account right now, then you would just DM me on Discord to log into your account. But there is no like link to share, copy, and then send that to someone else's account. Okay, Max, before I log off, any questions here? I know you said we're focusing on hard. Hopefully this is giving you some stuff to think about. Bale, you said never have silver, always wrong gear. I feel that, man. I am silver broke as a joke. It is just too much stuff. Like I'm not lying. I probably have 300 or 400 unrolled accessories, very similar to this, that just I'm never going to roll because I never have silver. And when I do roll them, I run out of silver so fast. But yeah, Max, I mean, you've got good champions. You got the pieces there. Legendary books seems to be one of the things that's holding you back. And then the better you get your gear in the account, the better you're going to be. So Chimera, I'm happy to take a look at. Chimera is super hard. It's the area I have the least amount of confidence in. And it's also like, otherwise I see you're struggling with Amius. I don't think I've talked about this too much. Amius is my least favorite boss in all of Raid Shadow Legends. I have not beaten him this rotation. I've got the keys and I've got the champions. I just don't want to deal with it. I do not like that boss. I will potentially consider doing a takeover, but it's not something I look forward to doing, to be completely honest with you. I'm happy to answer questions. It's just so hard, and it is very gear intensive, especially if you're being Amy's hard. Really quickly, before I answer some of these questions, Chimera, Ninja is for sure your best damage dealer. So what you need in Chimera, you want to take as many turns as possible. You want the Chimera boss to take as few turns as possible. So increase speed on you, decrease speed on them. Necmo is amazing. Necmo is in my current team. Increase speed on you, decrease speed on them. Leech on them can help you survive in the ram form. Elva is also very, very good. I'm looking at other champions that they're using. Ninja is going to be great here. Let's see if I can find your teams. There we go. One key here. Yeah, that's an amazing team. Mithrala is not the best, but I wouldn't use Stagnite either because Ninja does a decrease defense. Stagnite, Necmo does your decrease speed, although having it on the A1 would not be bad. Let's see who else you use. You use the same team here. Skrank, not bad either for damage. If I had to recommend 5 champions, Necmo for sure, no question. Probably Ninja for sure, no question. You definitely want 2 damage dealers if you can. Elva for support. Elva and Necmo is your support. Ninja for sure. Maybe Rathalos and Artak, because Artak can do HP burn. Ninja can do HP burn. Rathalos does more damage when you have HP burn. Artak also brings in a decreased attack to pair with your Necmo. You just have to put like your Artak or your Elva or something, or no, your Necmo as the lowest crit damage, so that Elva wouldn't get one shot and you can revive. Well, it looks like she's got crit damage actually, so that's perfect. I think that team could work pretty well, Mark. Okay, let me log out of this. Let me answer some questions. So, Lamont said there is a link actually using the HH Optimizer. That is correct. So I could hypothetically use the HH Optimizer to log in or send Gengar's information over there and then copy that. And then you can also copy it yourself. Don't know if I know how to do that, but I know it's possible. I know you said you sent something in there. Lamont, you said manage account, optimizer account sharing. So there you go. I know I've seen people do that before. So Sam, you said I would like a takeover, but I feel like it wouldn't help a lot because I'm low on silver and good gear. If you want an actual takeover, I typically wait until the person has enough silver saved up. Depending on what your team you're trying to get me to rebuild, would depend on how much silver you need me to have. Good gear, that's tough. That's just kind of getting there and grinding and earning stuff. If you have questions, you can DM me. We can do an account coaching, which is what we're doing right now. This is free. Just doing this to help you guys and hopefully be enjoyable on YouTube and Twitch. Stag is a 9-piece feral, so that is pretty good. Yeah, he's placing 3 debuffs. So I think that's potentially maybe instead of that Artak slot. So Elva, Necmo, Stag, Ninja, Rathalos would be my recommendation then if you want to use your Stagnite. But Sam, I'm happy to help you out with a takeover or with this account coaching if you want to. Bones, you said got 100 million Brutal Chimera this week. That's awesome, man. What teams you use? Was that using my boy Volcanos? 100 million on Brutal. That's pretty sweet. I think Brutal's what I farm. Maybe I farm Nightmare. Yeah, I farm Nightmare Chimera, but not Brutal. Not Ultra Nightmare. I do Nightmare and Brutal. Bill said same. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Arba said no problem. I'm definitely happy to take a look at it, but that would be tough. Kathy said you want help with Fire Knight Hard. I don't know if that's something you want help with today, or if that's something you want to try and book for the future. Let me know. If you want, you can join my Discord. If you scroll up in the chat, you should be able to see that Discord link. You can message me there. We can take a look at your account, or we can potentially try and set up like a takeover or an account coaching type situation. Aura says if you have a Pardon or Senna or Minaj, I assume Mikage, you can go with only 1 DPS. Yeah, I don't think anyone has Senna, or not anyone. I don't think many people have Senna. No. I didn't see any mythicals on the account, so no Mikage either. A Pardon is interesting. He doesn't do as much as Senna does, but he does a lot. Similar passive. Yeah, Mikage. Okay. Prinzo, you said I sent you a screenshot in Discord. My name is Ederacio. Okay, I'll take a look at that in a second. You can take a look as a problem. You may give you an account. Okay, so Kathy, go ahead and join the Discord and send me a send me your login information. I'm putting you in the bottom of the list, but we're at a lot of people on the list today, so we will see how many we can get through. Sam said, yeah, we'll think about it because sometimes I'm lost what to do. Where do I have to make a request for coaching? You can do it right here, man. So I'll write you in the list, Sam, or you can do it later. It says for when I want to. So I would say the biggest thing is joining my Discord. I guess I'll go ahead and send that again. Gosh, my dog is barking downstairs. She's just mad that my wife left. At Horacio, I see your message here. Invite people. I got to copy this link again. All right, so there is the Discord link again, so you guys can join. Sam, if you want account coaching, just message me on there. We can take a look and talk there. But also, I like doing this on the stream. Last stream, I feel like I didn't have enough to do. This stream, I've got too much to do. So depends on how soon you want an answer, or if you'd rather be in this format than wait until the next stream. Otherwise, you said depending on the rotation, I'm hitting between 100 million to 200 million on hard and brutal. That's pretty sweet damage, man. Okay, we are done on Max's account. Let's log out there. And we're going to log into Machu's account to do an account review. Close this one out. Log out. I'm going to get the kickback from Polarium soon. I've got too many accounts connected. All right, bear with me. We're going to log into Machu Picchu's account. And then at Horacio, I see your message. We're going to put you a little later in the list. I got a message from Audie as well. I got to try and keep things under wraps and not get too distracted. All right. Also, one thing I've been working on improving streaming and my like OBS stuff. Obviously, we're still struggling with getting Twitch to work, but I've got a different camera up. I've been using this like $20 webcam for years, and I was looking at like upgrading one, but they're so expensive. So I was like, what budget camera can I get for like under 150? And the consensus result was nothing. You should just use your phone. So I used my phone for a stream or for some videos, and the quality was way better. I was like, this is awesome. But then what I realized is I can't answer phone calls or text messages or Discord messages or work emails if I am. Thank you, Kathy, for subscribing to Twitch. I appreciate that. If I have my phone there. So I found an old phone. I got an old iPhone 8, and that is currently what I am recording on. And I feel like it's pretty high quality, right? You can see my forehead wrinkles and looks like some glistening oil on my forehead. I don't know what that is. So yeah, I feel like this is pretty good quality, and this is a phone that I don't really care about. So it just sits there on the charger on my little mount, selfie camera mount thing, and we're doing that. But I'm trying to improve other things. Obviously, my mic I think is good quality. I don't know why I started this tangent. I know there are like feature things when people subscribe. It like should show up like a little icon, I think. See if I can show it. Yeah, so it should look something like this. If someone subscribed, it should say like Darko has subscribed or whoever has subscribed. I don't know if you guys have seen any of that popping up. I'm not sure if I set it up correctly. Like I said, still working on it. Yeah, so I've got a new subscription and a new follow from Cadley, so thank you. I don't know if the alert popped up or not. Either way, we're in Machu's account. Let me pull up his Discord message. Looking for account review, slowly understanding the game more. Want to work in Hydra, and then potentially take a look at One Key Ultra Nightmare. Okay, so similar stuff that we're getting for a lot of these. All right, I see a mythical. I think that's the first one we've reviewed with a mythical today. Aphodus, you got a Visix with another 6-star Awakened Visix. Missing one book. Adolin, Alice, 5-star Awakened Ninja's big. Duchess, Rathalos, Tormund, Elva again. Another Feral. Oh, what a sexy looking Phoenix it is. I love Phoenix. I'm a fiend for some Phoenix. And 6-star Awakened is nasty. We got a Deacon. We got a Godseeker. We got a Geo. We got some good champions here. Definitely not lacking for damage. Got the Anax with a 5-star soul. We got a Mikage in here. We got a Mad Hatter. Got some exciting new champions. Lord Chazar. We got a Rosh card. Okay, so let's focus Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss because that's the thing that I'm most confident in. All right, guys, I apologize. You probably can't even hear it, but my dog is going bananas in the background. So I'm gonna go try and get her. Maybe go outside or just be quiet. I will be right back. All right, we're back. Penny was yapping at the door. She was so sad that SK left and just was screaming. So she's gonna keep us company, hopefully, without barking or jingling her chains too much or her collar too much. Penny is a dog, not a cat, but maybe there's no dog emotes. All right, so the first one we're going to look at is block damage and unkillable to see what options we got. So we got an Kyoku. We got a Rosh card who's unbooked. So nothing great there. Unkillable, not a ton of options here. Okay, so then the next best thing that I'm looking at for Clan Boss is going to be an Ally Protector. And for sure, our best option is going to be Kyoku, who is booked. That's big. Okay. So there are speed tunes revolving around Kyoku. Let's pull up one of them. Oh, what do you mean no? There definitely is. It's like the ultimate Kyoku or something. Okay. Literally the ultimate Kyoku team. What the heck? Okay, so this is a team that goes 2 for 1. That uses Krisk. We don't have a Krisk. That's just mean. I've seen that team before. I didn't realize that was a Krisk team. We do have a buff extender, but we do not have a Krisk. Why do we need Krisk on this? Yeah, I mean, we'd have to use... All right, scratch that. Let's just take a look at Kyoku. So hers is on a 4-turn cooldown. No, 4-turn cooldown, but it gets an extra turn, so it's basically on a 3-turn cooldown. I probably would pair this with a buff extender, like an Aniri or a Sandlashed. Other effects, positive effects, increased buff duration, or a Hatter, or Mikage. Let's say Mikage. So we've got Kyoku, Mikage. I'm almost thinking like, what are our block debuff options? I have like a silly, fun idea. Elva, Duchess. Sepulcher. There's a lot of teams in there. So, does Elva bring increased speed? Yeah. So Elva, increased speed. Mikage extending and ally protecting. Block debuffs. No, block debuffs is Elva already. We don't need that. So we're bringing increased defense, though. No, just on that ally. And then Mad Hatter, potentially. Let's see if Mad Hatter's booked, though. He is booked. This account has very different issues than the other account than Max's account. This one's got a lot of books. Oh, interesting. YC. The comment about the cat. I saw that on my phone you had sent like it looks like a cat emoji, but then on my computer screen it looks like a puppy. So nice. Was there a Wixwell? Did I miss him? Said use Wixwell, you noob. First of all, how dare you? Second of all, I didn't see Wixwell. Use Wixwell, you noob. You're a noob. There's no Wixwell on the account. You trying to get me riled up? I definitely would have used a Wixwell. That was my silly, goofy, fun idea. Is basically a buff extension team like a Wixwell team, but without Wixwell. So we would just extend Kyoku's ally attack, ally protect. You buffoon. Where's Kyoku at? Show me her. Where am I missing her? There we go. So ally protect you would open with. She also does decrease attack. And then you got increase speed, block debuffs, and then extend, and we would need another extender. Who else did we see that does this? Shimnath does it. I'm gonna sit back for a little bit. My back is hurting me, so apologize if the camera's angle. Oh, we have Godseeker. So I know she's not ideal for clan boss, but my thoughts are. And granted, I don't know what originally you wanted. One kill generator if possible. I don't know if that is possible. What is your team doing currently, Machu? Yeah, you're 2-keying. I mean, yeah, just putting like a 2-for-1 that goes fast with Mashald is not a bad idea. I would definitely take Doom Priest out. Probably put Elva in. And then like Ninja. If you're gonna do a team that's not super speed tuned, I would just use a Ninja. But I do wonder if a team like this could work and do enough damage. My concern would be you have 3 buff extenders and then more supports. So it's like I don't know who does our damage. Hypothetically, we could try and like speed tune it where Mikage is going to cleanse or Godseeker is going to cleanse. Does Godseekers actually do a cleanse? Decreases the duration of all. No, she does not. But Mikage does cleanse. So we could try and set it up where she would just cleanse everything as long as she doesn't take the stun. And then, but then we lose our increased speed. Because if hypothetically we could bring in Ninja instead, that would just be better. Also, for this team, I would bring in Mikage anyways. Like run this team, but no Mikage over Vizier and probably Ninja over Farrakhan would be my recommendation. Yeah, I don't think there's an easy answer for 1-key. But I think the Kyoku one is your best shot, but even then 1-key is just very, very difficult for a team like that. Because you have to do it under 50 turns because they'll start ignoring the block damage. Okay. And then let's take a look at Hydra. You said not consistent in the brutal difficulties. So let's take a look there. We've already used our keys. We are Machu Picchu in game, right? Yeah, Machu Picchu. 33 million on brutal. So you are 1-keying. Duchess for the Veil, Mad Hatter for buff extension and ally attack, Hex and Weaken. Mikage for buff extension, ally attack, Ninja, Rathalos, Ugo. I like it a lot. Got block buffs. You don't have a Provoker unless somebody's in a Provoke set like Ugo, Hatter, Mikage. Rathalos is really, really good. His damage is hurt a lot because there's not going to be consistent HP burn out there. He did do good damage. I wonder if Mikage's in a Provoke set. No, you can see the sets. Nobody's in a Provoke set, so I assume at this point you're trying to just blast through. Also, I would not put Rathalos in a Lifesteal set. I don't think that's necessary for him at all. Especially with a Reviver on the team. I think he's probably hurting his damage. Let's take a look at who else I would consider. I think I saw a Feral somewhere. So some of the toughest things to handle in Hydra are going to be who can provoke, who can do block buffs. Aphidus can do it. I don't know a ton about his kit, actually. I think it's on his bug form. Provoking enemies for 1 turn on a 3-turn cooldown. I don't think he's doing a ton here. Places weaken when he's attacked. Yeah, tanky. Not a bad option. Skiramis can do it. Visix can obviously do it. I think it's probably Visix because she also brings in your decreased speed. So then who brings in your block buffs? It's got to be Feral. Feral is so good. And unless you're using Loki. No, you're not. Okay. Who did it on this Hydra team? Oh, Ugo. Ugo can do it too. I would replace. She has decreased defense. I was gonna say I'd replace Duchess, but then you have no Reviver. Let's keep looking. Yeah, I'd replace Duchess with Elva, Ugo with Feral. You lose your decreased defense. But Elva's going to do more in terms of like keeping you fast than Duchess is. Duchess is only really bringing the Veil. Feral will bring the Veil and the block buffs. You lose your decreased speed, or you decrease defense, but Ninja does bring it on as A1. So does Rathalos. So I think that will boost your damage. I don't see any other glaring obvious ones. Like Geo can do good, Phoenix can do good, Deacon can do good, but not so can Royal Guard. But Ninja and Rathalos are pretty top tier, so I don't think damage is really what you're lacking. Having a Provoker could definitely help you, but I'm not going to force you to do that if you're making it work without one. But I do think Feral is going to increase everyone's damage a lot, especially once they have some decent buffs on them. And they won't let me build you a team because you're out of keys, but I'm sure they'll leave you with some okay options. You can use your Duchess here, Aphidus, Ugo instead of Feral, and then use this exact same Trunda team, and that would work even better probably. In my opinion, I see you. And then yeah, your last guys here. I think this team could do a little bit more. I don't know why you're using your Doom Priest so much. Anybody who can do damage at that point, right? Alice can be in here. Tormund can be in here. Mashald can be in here. Drakar's okay, I guess. Phoenix can be in here. Deacon can actually do a sneaky mount. So can Geo. You just have to manual Geo typically. That's insane that you have not watched these Call the Arbiter videos. I would watch them just to get them out of the way. Unless maybe you play on phone only, Machu. Okay. Let me pull up the chat, see if I miss anything. If not, I'm good to move on to the next person. All right, let's check up. Let's catch up. Check up, catch up, check out the chat. That's what I was trying to say. Also, welcome everyone. It looks like we got 21 people in here. Maybe we'll do one more takeover and then we'll do the giveaway. We'll do the marble race. So, is there somewhere a list of what speeds my team has to have for Brutal, Only Find Nightmare, and Ultra Nightmare? I have Helicath, Seeker, Sepulchre, Sentinel, and Fat Man. Sam, is that a team that you found on Deadwood's website? If there's not a Brutal option, typically that means there's not a Brutal variation. Otherwise, you said there was a Rosh card. I saw that, but the Rosh card was not booked. Hypothetically, that is a potential solution in the future, but that is not. One Rosh card by himself, I'm also not sure what that can do. Do we have any legendary books? No legendary books. We can double check and see if there's any rush card team I'm missing. I know most of them are paired with a Seeker. We do have a Seeker. 2 Seekers, actually. Do we have a Kafru? No. We don't have a Man-Eater, right? We already looked for that. No. Do we have a Skull Crusher? We do have a Skull Crusher. So the Fast Tower Skull Crusher is an option. But that's not going to 1-key. Like, that's the issue. Realistically, the 1-key teams are double Man-Eater teams, Wixwell teams, or Demitha teams. Demitha is kind of the key to getting those fastest, like 3-1 teams. It's possible, but it's very, very difficult. Yeah, I'm not saying anything with Skull or with Rosh card that would give us to a 1-key. Because if you're already 2-keying, building out one of these Skull Crusher teams, investing resources is not going to help you. So even with Renegade, like, it's still not going to be a 1-key. Like, I'm sure if he gets the books into Rush card, I can build him an unkillable team that will last 50 turns. But I'm not sure I can build him one that will 1-key. Le Mans, yeah, I mean, Demitha's amazing, but he doesn't have a Demitha, so that's what we're lacking on this account. Okay. Ninja gets so many attacks with Mikage and Hatter that you might be able to 1-key in like 25 turns. I thought about that, like, just basically pumping in. Do we have another key? We can mess around with just like a manual run. I'm assuming Elva's fast. If that's the case, I will use her just to speed us up. Yeah, 258 is not bad. To show speed aura as well. So we'll put Elva in, Ninja in, Hatter, Mikage, and then Farrakhan, wherever he was at. If they're built well enough, I do think this team can get a ton. I don't think they're going to get to 75 million. So increase speed on everyone. Fun fact, I've actually never had an Elva, which is pretty crazy. Let's increase buff duration. Ally attack. Let's HP burn. Let's more ally attack. A1. Look how much damage Mikage and Ninja just took. That's the first turn. Bring in Ninja. We have decreased defense and weaken now. We're going to increase our buff duration. I don't want to actually use your key, but I mean, I'm confident this team could do probably a 2-key. The issue is I worry that Mikage will switch forms. But Ninja Mikage is an amazing mastery. Also, this team is not going to do it specifically because we're on Force. So Ninja's going to be bad affinity. But this is very similar to my Wixwell team. Just instead of Farrakhan and Elva, I have Wixwell and Cardiel. Similar idea. So, I mean, we're close to 2 million per turn. So hypothetically, it's possible if we could live to 35 turns, we could get to it, or the damage could ramp up. But just not super feasible. So we'll log out of this one. Yes, yeah, I understand that logging out of the game will not use the key. All right, so let's go back and make sure I'm not missing anything. You just need a champ with a shield and decreased attack like Death Knight, potentially. I don't know if he has a Death Knight or not. I didn't see. Okay, Elva and some block debuffs. Elva does block debuffs, but we would just have to have more buff extension to keep it up all the time. It's a rotation. Provocable head is not out. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, so provoke is not as necessary right now as it normally is, but when you kill heads, it'll pop out. But definitely less of a necessity than normal. Today was the first day we were able to 1-key. That's awesome, man. Phoenix is so good. He's literally unbelievable. Like, he's the best epic damage dealer in the game, like for raw damage, especially for clan boss. Like he did like 2 or 3 times what like some of the other champions were doing. He's unbelievable. Sammy said that's the team that Hell Hades Optimizer gives me to go. Also just came back. I've only played this game for like max 1 month straight, so apologies for stupid questions. Hey man, no stupid questions. I'm more than happy to help you out with that. Yeah, message me on Discord, Sam, if you haven't already. the Deadwood Jedi website is where you get the specific speed tunes, right? So this is like the speed calculator. You can input the champions and stuff. But if you go here, it'll show you speed tunes. So if I go to Demitha, it'll find me teams, right? So Myth Air with double Deacon. Demitha, Ares, Deacon, Deacon. These are the speeds, and it talks about how to build everything. It's very complicated if you've never done it before, but I've done it legitimately hundreds of times. So I'm more than happy to help you answer some questions and, figure that out. Okay, so that was Machu. We only did Clan Boss and Hydra. No, we really only did Clan Boss. Let's log back in. I feel like I snubbed you. Sam, thanks for the follow or subscription on YouTube. I appreciate that. Oh, Prinzy saw my Phoenix videos. Yeah, dude, he's so fun. It's like the promoted video when you log into my raid is my YouTube channel is Phoenix. Okay, you asked about Hydra as well. Did it say what difficulty you're trying to fight in Hydra? I also haven't progressed as far in... Oh, Brutal. We did talk about Brutal, right? Because you're doing... Yeah, exactly. We did talk about... We started with Hydra. You also said you haven't progressed as far in Fire Knight as you'd like to. Fire Knight is really about gear more than anything. Woosgar. What is Woosgar doing? 4-hit on the A1. Look at that. Counterattack on himself. Reflect on everybody? I wonder if you're using that. Yeah, kind of let him do whatever he wants. That's fun. Ally Attacker, Cold Heart's great. Seer's great. Renegade's great. I think this is a solid team. Renegade brings you decreased speed. Turn meter decrease. I don't think Woosgar's doing turn meter decrease, right? No. But a 4-hitter will help you get it down. Potentially, you could also do another ally attacker like a Mikage. That's going to do you more than just 4 individual hits. That's just going to bring in another Cold Heart. And that'll just help you get through the waves as well. Probably better than a Woosgar will, I'd imagine. Yeah, no AoEs. I'd recommend Mikage over Woosgar. Don't have a ton of turn meter decrease besides the Cold Heart Heartseeker. So the first champion I would look for is an Allure, who I don't see. Let's see who else we have for decreased turn meter. Other effects, negative effects, decrease turn meter. Physics on the A1 is actually not bad, honestly. Like hypothetically, switch your Farrakhan for a Mikage, switch your Woosgar for a Visix. Visix is going to have 2 AoEs for the waves. She can provoke one, kind of control them. She can also decrease speed. Protect, kind of get you through the waves a little bit faster with the 2 AoEs. And then her A1 is solid. I would turn on just the A2, which is a decreased speed. Actually, maybe even turn that off if you're using Renegade for decreased speed and just use A1 because it's a double hitter, but it does steal turn meter. So between Cold Heart and Visix, that might be enough for you to get the turn meter down. Hard Fire Knight is kind of a whole other beast. It is so difficult. I rarely farm Hard Fire Knight. You need freeze, and it's nasty. You have a Cryoden who's amazing for it. Lady Noelle does it on her A1. No. Yeah. You have a Yakarl. So you've got the good champions for it with a Yakarl and with a Cryoden, and you have the Mikage and potentially like a Farrakhan to get you there, but waves are nasty. It's very, very, very tough. All right, let's check chat, see if there's anything I missed before we log out of Machu's account. Maxie said, where are you doing the giveaway at? So it's a little bit janky. You guys are going to have to bear with me. I want to do the giveaway on Twitch because it's the marbles race, which I think is the most fun. Let's go ahead and do that now, actually. So everyone, we'll go ahead and log out of Machu's account first, and then we'll do a marbles race for a free team takeover. The issue is Twitch, for whatever reason, is still live streaming a black screen and not actually like live streaming me for some reason, and it's something to do with the multi-stream. So it's like if I go to my Twitch right now, it's like an hour and a half, and I'm still just a black screen basically with nobody in there. So um, we have, let's see how many people we have in YouTube right now. Oh, where's my 22 people watching right now. So if any of you guys join, we'll pull this up. Continue. We'll do a race. Let's pick a random one that looks kind of cool. Let's do Frozen. Let's try it out. So we're going to do, I guess, can I do both? I don't know if I can do viewer and bots. I'm trying to decide what's best. So Kathy said you sent me a photo of Discord with Twitch. Let me check my Discord again. Yeah, no image on Twitch. I have no idea what's happening with Twitch. So what it is Kurzed was helping me, and we have a multi-stream going on. So this is my OBS. It's gonna like mirror all the images and stuff right now. I'm currently streaming through Stream Elements to YouTube. That's how you guys are watching, and then I'm also streaming to Twitch. And so I like disconnected it and connected it again. It's still just a black screen for some reason, and I tried to adjust the settings to make sure that it was going correctly. It's clearly not, so I'm gonna have to test this some more. The only reason this is an issue is because to do marbles, if you want to actually type in the chat and get people involved on the race, we have to do it on Twitch. You can't do it on YouTube. So if I click on viewer and click play, it's going to say if you want to play, type in !play, but that will not work from YouTube. That will have to work from Twitch. So we have two options. One is for you guys to go to Twitch, but then you won't be able to see it, and I doubt you all have two devices. So I think the best option is we're going to forego the Twitch part right now. So I will say this before we go back. If you guys can go follow me on Twitch, I'm trying to get to 50 Twitch followers so I can become an affiliate. Once we do that, the stuff like the marbles will become easier. Stuff like channel points will be easier. I think it'd be fun to start doing more Twitch stuff with like, if you're watching on Twitch, you gain channel points. If you interact, you get channel points and stuff. And then eventually you could redeem those channel points for like account coaching or account takeovers. That's what the man Hell Hades used to do back in the day. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. So we'll do Frozen. We'll do bots. What I need you guys to do is basically just say something in the chat. We'll probably do like a 10-minute timer or something like that. Say something in the chat. Goodness gracious. How do I control? No, that's obviously awful. Not what we want. Settings. No, that's not it. So yeah, go ahead and type in the chat. So for example, like if RWAS says something in the chat, then I will say, like I'll type in a bot for RWAS so that he's got an entry in here. So can I customize? No, it's not that. That's not what I wanted to do either. Whew, a lot of stuff going on here. Definitely struggling, which is not a surprise, but. So Cadley's message, so I'll input a bot for Cadley, continue, race, Frozen, bots. We're not going to do max 500 racers. We'll do 25-ish. How do I control the racers, right? Like I know that's something you can do. Use custom names, add names. Here we go. So open, no, not files. Add new name. Okay, so the first person I saw was Cadley. I might have to move my microphone so I can talk a little better. Type a little better. So I've got Cadley in. I've got Sam. Don't know how to say your last name. I don't even think I spelled it right. Where'd you go? Luyck. Boom. Prenzo the cat. Is in. Cadley, I've already got you once. Bale is also in. Max Chase is in. Slash Mr. Frost. So guys, if you are in the chat right now, just type !play or hi, takeover, whatever you want to call it, and it will add you to the list. And if your name pops up as the winner, then you will get a free team takeover, courtesy of yours truly. I got Brianna Chase, you are in. I've got an Arwaz, you are also in. Okay, looks like that's it for now. So we currently have 8 people. Kurzad Gaming is in. What's up, Kurzad? You and I are gonna have to work together and try and figure out more. Maybe I can figure out myself, but hopefully we can figure out the Twitch part of this because it is not working. So Kurzad's in. We got 9 people in here. I have currently 20 people in chat. I figured more people would show up, not people would leave when I start doing the takeover. But maybe it's because we're playing marbles and I said I'll be playing raid, and people are upset about that. Also, Bale, we're going to get onto your account next to take a look at your account. We're not doing any takeovers today. Just to clarify, we're just doing the giveaway part today. All right, MVFLP. Oops, MVFLP. You are in as well. We got 10 people in so far. So right now, you've got a 1 in 10 chance. We'll give it about 5 more minutes. See if anyone else in the chat's going to join. Like I said, we got 20 people in, only 10 people have entered the giveaway. If you don't want it, obviously that's fine. Maybe you can. I know back in the day when we used to do this on Hell Hades stream, someone would win. I'd be like, I didn't actually want it, I just wanted to win. The person in second can have it or whatever. And BF says, oh no, wait, I can't play, LOL. Why could you not play? Do you not have a raid account? I mean, why would you not be able to play? Again, you can also play, like I said, and just give up your prize to the person who's next up in line. I know back in the day, that's what a lot of people would do because that was more fun. But MVF, I mean, we're just doing a free account giveaway or free account takeover, team takeover. MVF, no, you do not have to be on Twitch. So in the future, you will have to be on Twitch. And if you can, both to everybody in the chat, if you can go follow me on Twitch, that would be very, very helpful. I got Silent Wraith followed me on Twitch, so thank you for that. We're trying to get the 50 followers there. My Twitch stream is not working currently. That's like the concern, right? It's still blank screen for some reason. Yeah, I don't know what's going on in there. Not sure why Twitch is doing that, but we'll figure that out for the next stream. For now, we're manually doing this. So basically, you're typing in !play or whatever to pretend like you're on Twitch, and then I'm manually typing in you guys' names. So hopefully I won't miss anybody. Yeah, we'll get it working by next stream. I don't know when the next stream will be. I'm definitely going to be streaming once a week, but potentially if these keep going well, I will stream more often. It's just very difficult right now with my schedule. I still have to record daily videos for my raid account and still working a full-time job. We also have a 8-month or 8-week-old at home. MVF, thank you, man. You're really the MVP. Thank you for signing up. And you don't have to subscribe because I think that costs money. If you do have an Amazon Prime, I think you can subscribe for free, but just follow me. So following is like the first step. That's like the baby step. And then the bigger step would be subscribing. Because the subscription is like a monthly thing. It's like $5 or $6 a month that you pay. So I'm not asking for that. Although if you want to be gracious, obviously that's great. I don't think I even get paid for it yet. But if I want to start doing more interactive stuff and becoming an actual official creator on Twitch, I need more followers. So if I look at it right now, I think I have like 6 or 7. Let's go to my creator dashboard. That's not right. 10 followers. Perfect. So we hit 10. That was our little goal. We hit that 6 minutes ago with Silent Wraith. I started with 4, I think. Kurzad was 5. Bale was 6. TJN, Arwaz, Cadley, Silent Wraith. Thank you guys so much. We're now at 10 followers. Starting small, obviously, for a 2,500 subscriber account. YouTube account, that is. But we're getting there. Yeah, average 10. yeah, and if you guys want to like the stream, that's definitely helpful. I do appreciate that. Thank you for the shout out, Kurzad. Kurzad's gonna become a mod if he's not careful. I want to make him start giving him responsibilities for these streams. Anyone else want to join the marble race? We're running low on that timer, so last chance to get entered here. Right now we only have 10, but each person has a 10% chance of winning a takeover, which is pretty cool. But yeah, in the future, so next stream and moving forward, we will be streaming both on YouTube and Twitch. Hypothetically, in the future, the far future, or who knows, we'll have solo Twitch streams if I ever want to stream a different game that's not Raid. But for now, it's going to be both YouTube and Twitch. Trying to grow the Twitch, like I said. Eventually, we'll start doing like takeover giveaways and stuff strictly on Twitch. So next week, let's say it's next Tuesday and I stream. If we do another marble race, it will not be like this. It will be on Twitch only, so you will need a Twitch to get involved in that. So if you're going to go ahead and follow me there, that would be helpful. All right, last countdown for giveaways here. The giveaway here. What's your Twitch name, Max? It is just Sam the Raid Man, and I think I sent it earlier, but I can probably copy it just from this browser. No, that's my dashboard. Let's go to the channel. Perfect. Copied that. So yeah, there's the link to my Twitch. Again, right now I'm currently live streaming just a black screen for some reason, so having issues with the software. Okay, again, last chance. We're about to click start. Is there anybody else who wants to be in this giveaway? If you in this giveaway, just type something in the YouTube chat. Currently, I'm not seeing the Twitch chat. I saw Cadley and Kurzad said exclamation mark play again, but we're not doing it via the chat. We're doing it just bots here. Okay, then we're going to click finish. Use custom names, distribute custom names. I think this should work correctly. And it's going to do 25 racers. Let's just see if we can do 10 racers and see if this will work. And I'm just going to clarify before you guys get riled up. If we start and it's messed up and it doesn't have each of you guys' names, then we're going to restart. Thank you, Max. I appreciate it. So we're going to click play. If there are 10 of you and all 10 names are out there, then this will be the official race. If something is messed up, I will exit the race and we'll start again. So before it gets too flustered about it. All right, so I see. Can we see a leaderboard? Kind of. We have 10 people, and it looks like we've got each of your names. So I think we're good to go. I got to remember the controls on here so I can kind of like aim around. Let's move down some. Been a minute since we've done this. As with everything, we'll get better there. So I've got Sam, got Brianna, got Kurzad, got Prinzo. So let's go ahead and get on to our first ever marble race. This is exciting. And we are off to the races. Kurzad looking like he is in first. We got other people falling. Bale is in first. Look at that. Let's pull out here to the side. Wow. Got to figure out the controls a little bit. Been a minute since I've done a marble race, and I've only ran like 2 ever. MVF is in first, followed by Bale. Both of them taking different directions. Brianna was popping up for a second. Let's scroll down here. MVF still in first. Bale following up secondly. Brianna Chase, Prinzo and Sam. Ooh, big bounce there. Cadley. Kurzad currently bringing up last. No, Cadley is currently bringing up last because he bounced backwards. So did Kurzad. That's tough. Let's jump over to first, see where they are. Brianna currently in first, although it says Bale and Cadley are in first. So clearly it's struggling to see. So Prinzo and Bale look like they're in first to me. I think the numbers on the right are just way off, to be completely honest, because Bale, to me, seems clearly in first with Prinzo, but it's just changing a lot, I guess, due on the bouncing. So again, we'll go down another level, see who's popping up first. If I jump to 0, it should show me who's in 10. That is Kurzad. All right, so this has got MVF in first. Ooh, he's sneaking around the outside, but that's not correct because Prinzo is in first. I don't understand the system. Because the controls are one, view first place. Well, how would that be Arwaz when I'm literally watching Prinzo be in front of him? Right? Now it says Max is in first. Like, that's just wrong. So we'll use our eyes and we won't use the leaderboard there. Bale looks like he's in first. We got a lot of different bouncer things here. We're also gonna have to take a pause in a second after this. How was I going back up, Curzit? I have no idea, man. You found like a whatever the opposite of a shortcut is, a long cut. Looks like it's gonna be Bale, and it is Bale first place. Let's see who's in second. Man, Bale by a mile, dude. Congrats. Sam looks like they're gonna come in second. My namesake. Congratulations, Sam, for second. There's nothing besides pride at second, unless Bale decides he doesn't want his takeover. Arwaz snuck in there for third, didn't even see it. Prinzo bounced out. No, so did Max. No, didn't know that was an option. Cadley comes in fourth because Prinzo and Max died. Someone else just died. Max and Brianna are dead. So, all right, so there we go. Top five. Oh, Kurzad came in fifth. Where? MVP, MVF, Cadley. Does it put y'all back when y'all die? That's interesting. 4 people did not finish because they fell off the map. But Kurzad came from 10th to 5th. So biggest comeback award there for Kurzad. MVF, I feel like, fell off, and so did Cadley, I thought. But maybe it like, oh, we have 2 Cadleys. Maybe that's part of the issue. Either way, I'm not super fussed about that because they didn't win. I think everyone who mentioned their name got on the list. Let's count my chatters. Arwaz was in first. Cadley, Sam, Prinzo, Bale, Cadley again, but I'm not going to count that. Max was in. Okay. Brianna 6, Arwaz 7, MVF 8, Kurzad 9. Maybe it was just 9. Maybe I did put Cadley in twice. Either way, Bale is your winner. So Bale, you just want to Kelly said I'll take it from Twitch. Maybe it did come in from Twitch, but it didn't put Kurzad in from Twitch. Prinzo, yeah, that was crazy. That was a different track that I've seen before. I will say every time I race marbles, it makes me want to do it more often. We've done it for like fantasy football drafts and things like that. So Bale, just message me. We'll figure out your takeover. Probably the easiest way to do it is for us going to do it on the next stream. Try and figure that out. We can get your or one of the future streams. It doesn't have to be the exact next one. Race menu. So we will figure out Twitch for the next one, and I'll maybe mess around with some of these different ones. I thought that was a pretty good map. It was just a little confusing with the leaderboard and who it said was in first the whole time. Okay, so that's it for marbles. Bale, I actually have you next up for coaching. So I don't know if that's going to change it, but maybe that'll just give us a little more perspective on what we're going to do. Let me log into your account, and then I'm going to give us a brief pause. I got to go help my wife. She just got back with groceries. Log out. Yeah, so I got to start removing accounts if it wants me to. Add more accounts. So I'm just going to remove one for now. And then we'll take like a 2-minute hiatus. So Bale, we'll take a look at your account for the coaching, and then we'll try and give some direction for the actual takeover. MVF, you had hope. I mean, I think everyone had hope at some point. Those things are so crazy. Like anyone can fall off or just get messed up. Okay, so we'll be right back. Harley, also thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. And I'll be giving like 3 minutes. We'll be back. We'll continue with the coaching. All right, we're back. Sounds like everyone's talking about how Cadley had 2 entrances and still didn't win. I'm kidding, obviously. Yeah, I went down, had to help my wife bring in the food and also hold the baby while she was trying to eat. So I apologize. Looking at what we have left on the schedule, I have Bale's team, Prinzo's Hydra team, Volcano Showcase for Bones Dragon, and then Cadley also mentioned a takeover. I don't think we're gonna get to all of them today. It's already been 2 hours, and I might do at most an hour left, but probably not even that much. Ooh, I'm a little out of breath. I'm running up those stairs. I also have to record a video for today, and got to go in the office tomorrow morning, so I can't stay up too late. Double check this. Okay. The stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. I don't know what that means. Not sure. Okay. Does that audio and stuff seem okay to you guys? I feel like I can see my visual. I see my face, and I feel like that looks fine. Is my audio coming through fine? Bale, that was cool. Hopefully we'll get to do more. Hopefully they'll be more crazy and get to do lots of those every once a week. So this is Bale's account, and Bale wants, let's see if I can find your message from Discord first. Bale, you have an Ashnar, which is pretty crazy. And I know we talked about that on the last stream. What did you say you want me to look at today? Can I search in chat? I don't know if I'm missing something. Bale, are we just looking at the Ashnar team? Sand Devil. Okay. Now, so when you say Sand Devil, is that what you want me to do the takeover for too, or we're just looking at that in far of coaching? Number one thing to look at with Sand Devil is, do you have a Godseeker Aniri? You do. You have a +4 Godseeker Aniri, which is very, very fast. Relentless, 2-piece, pinpoint. And then do you have a ninja? You have some pretty insane champions. You do have a ninja. I think his accuracy is going to be a little bit low for Sand Devil 25. So he said coaching, please. I don't know the exact speeds. I know my Aniri is like 209. Said your best time is 18. Oh, Newt works too. Probably maybe better, honestly. I'm trying to think. Because Aniri revives and resets cooldowns. Newt, I think the tough part's probably to get him to die. You mind if I use some of your energy here? Because honestly, I think that Newt has a good chance of. Gosh, I can't get this chair to sit flat. Newt has a chance of being faster than Ninja. I think. These just can he die basically. So there's the damage, 300,000 damage with no sleep on. Okay, almost 600,000 damage. Honestly, that seems pretty good to me. He doesn't get woken up, which I think is fine. Oof, Anir took a big smack there. Miracle Heal is definitely the best blessing. It looks like your Aniri's going to die, so I think rebuilding her probably is what we need to do. No, she's going to die at the right time, basically. Newt with another Blessed Bash. See, the issue with like Newt is to build him for damage, you also have to build him tanky. And when you build him tanky, he just stays alive too much. And the more he's alive, the more animations he takes, because the more turns he takes, and it just slows everything down. So like right now, we want him gone. That being said, like he does so much damage, and he's doing Yeah, triple hitter enemy max HPs all the time. I think Acrizia would be the best for here, just thinking about this, because all of them are enemy max HP and she's not as tanky. Because Marius is the exact same thing, where he's just going to be too tanky because he's defense based. It's weird that a lot of the triple hitter max HPs are defense based. But let's take a look at Ashnor really quickly, and then we can talk about rebuilding this team or what needs to change. Minute 31 is not bad. That might be faster than my ninja team. I will honestly consider running a new team. She did survive long enough. I will say, just looking at her build, you don't need her to be this fast. And then I would put her in a regen and an immortal set. So maybe take her out of the speed set, put her in an immortal set. I think 80 to 90k is good. But probably 5,000 defense would be better. The defense especially, but I would say more HP, more defense, lower speed. She doesn't need to be this fast if she's booked. And then Newt, obviously, is just going to crush it, but his defense is definitely a little bit high. 4,000 is not bad. You just don't want him to die. You want him to die. I don't think you're going to improve a ton of time with Ninja. And my thoughts are, I use Ninja and Hydra, regular Clan Boss, and Sand Devil, and I have to switch him for a different build for Sand Devil. So I'm almost wondering if I should just not use him there, switch to a Newt or somebody else, and keep my Ninja in one gear. The next thing we can check is what is the fastest team we can find on Hell Hades Artifact Optimizer with the champions you have. Gotcha. I understand. Apparently I had the Artifact Optimizer open. You said you started using Cold Heart to free my Ninja from his Affinity Breaker build. Yeah, Affinity Breaker is what you kind of need for Ninja if you want to be very fast, but it's who has good Affinity Breaker gear, and that's such a lame, boring, sad way to build him. So, Hell Hades. Let me show you guys the Optimizer, what I do. I'm in Bale's team right now, or account right now. So Team Optimizer, and then we're going to search for Sand Devil. Stage 25, find team. It's going to go fastest. I'm going to say over the last 30 days. Do you have 2 newts? Holy cow, dude. You have 2 newts? Don't be flexing on us like that, Bale. Oh my goodness gracious. 2 4-star awakened newts. That is crazy. They're built very similarly, honestly. This one's definitely better. That's cool, dude. Kind of wish I had one of those. Now I saw a lot of people using Adolin, which is what she's built for, but I've never ever booked her or used her or leveled her up. You also haven't booked her much. You would want to open up with the sleep. You have 100% chance of sleep. Decrease speed, decrease attack. You want more debuffs. That's good. She would also be really good in a feral set. Let's try this out. We're going to use a little bit more of your energy, Bale. We're going to keep in Newt. We're going to put in the other Newt. Although 2 triple hitters is tough. Do you have a Marius? Brother. I don't know why we're doing account takeovers on your account. Adolin. And then who else did we have on that team? Bellinor. Geomancer. You have an Acrizia, dude? Alright. Is it just to make me... You have 2 Acrizias. Bale. My brother, you are a whale. Why are we looking at this account, dude? You don't need my assistance. I need your assistance. These are insane. Alright, so we're going to sleep the boss. Place all these debuffs. Smack him a few times. That's good damage. Smack him a few more times. And then wake him up. Everyone's dead. The thing is, like, if we're faster... Crazy, can almost do it herself. That's a little bit crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove Marius and we're going to put in Godseeker Aniri. And I think we're going to build you a team that is faster than a minute and a half. Free of charge. This account is crazy. Bail. Bail, more like whale. Oh, we got resisted. Ugh, sorry. We're out of... Yeah, you got a lot of energy. I'm going to take one of your refills. This is the price for being such a whale. Bail the whale. We definitely want the accuracy. That's one thing I'm realizing. But we need Godseeker in the lead. Adolin does not have enough accuracy. Let's see if we can find an accuracy banner. I don't want to ungear, regear many of your champions. Let's try it once again without the accuracy and see if it's an issue, or if it's possible to do it. Bale, you said you're not a whale, but you have 2 Acrisias. I have 0, and I am a bit of a whale. We put the sleep. We did not put the other debuffs. 495, yeah, required, so we're not going to be hitting that without the accuracy aura. I guess we can put one of the ninjas in the lead, and then the newts in the lead, and that's who can get revived. Everyone's about to get nuked here. Just revives herself. Let's pull Crisia back up. NPF said he beat the game already. Yeah, I'm not sure if there was accuracy on Rathalos. I saw that there was the accuracy banner, which might be okay if they're just using it to get to a certain speed, but definitely it's not necessary because his A1 doesn't need accuracy. Okay, so we didn't set the lower speed here. Let's try and bring in Adolin again to put the sleep on. Resist it again. I still think it's possible to win, but you just do so much less damage right now. Like you do so much more damage when the boss is slept. Everyone's dead. She revives herself. This is gonna be much slower. Let's just bring back one of the newts at this point, right? Like that's what we should have been doing this whole time. I just like that Acrisia has the multiple enemy max HPs. I'm gonna try and not waste your energy as much by actually getting this one to win. Yeah, the not using your counterattack ability makes sense for your preset that you had because that's just more animations. I can already see that was a mistake. So many animations. I do think the team potentially can work. I'm going to wait. I was going to say I want to bring Adolin back, but I want to bring her back when I have a chance to use him. MVF, you said Marvel's had him win by a mile because the count is miles away from ours. Yeah, it is interesting. You said it doesn't matter, but we're here at the end now, so it is interesting that you won the account coaching one. You might have the best account of everybody on the stream, including myself. Like I have Marius, I have Newt, I don't have and I have Adolin, but I don't have a Acrisia, much less a second Acrisia, much less a second Newt. So let's put Newt in the lead, but the issue is this one that's better. He's gonna get revived. You don't have a Marichka, do you? I don't know why I asked. Of course you have a Marichka, dude. Although we lose the accuracy. But that's fine. We'll put her in the back. Everyone else will get revived. And that'll give them a second shot, basically. I would have liked to use her speed aura, but that's okay. Maybe we should have done strengthen first. All right, see if we got enough accuracy now. Boom, we do. There's the first triple max HP. Here's the second. We have Phantom Touch. That's also screwing us a little bit. That's a little crazy. I don't know why he would I want Marichka to die at this point. gracious. Orchka's too tanky for this. She's not even healing. She's just this tanky. I was hoping she would get nuked the first time, revive everyone, and then we would get to go and do the rest of our abilities. We're going to do this because it's a single hitter. It's not because we want any of this. Same thing here. And you can go double hitter. She stole Terminator. I didn't think she could do that, but you can. Okay, so that was 115. So that's faster, and the potential is there. Now, what is your Marichka wearing that she's that tanky that ignore? She didn't even have an amulet on. She's only got 5k defense. I don't think that's a mistake. Last one. No matter what happens, this is the last run. Now we need the accuracy aura. We talked about that. Oh, you're right. Maybe it is that. She does have stone skin too, but maybe it is that blessing. So let's do strengthen and shield to try and keep everyone alive through the nuke, hopefully, or at least some of them, so we can get more abilities off. I'm just trying to think of how to speed this up. Look at the best time. Yeah, the best time is the 18 seconds. Just wrecked her max HP, but that's okay. Oh, we almost did it in 30. At this point, yeah, we want to die. Nice. Yeah, that kept him alive. Sucks. Just die, Marichka. It's fine. The bones are there. There's definitely no question of what can be your fastest team. It's double Newt, Acrizia, and maybe it is Marius, but we would just need everyone to be super, super fast. I guess the downside of Marichka, she doesn't reset any abilities, but like Acrizia doesn't need them to be. Her A1 is a max HP. So there's 112. That's my fastest time on your account. I see that your fastest time is 18 seconds. But it's not going to show me your team, right? Can I see that on the optimizer if you've uploaded it? Sand Devil. You and Newt, like that's what it shows. But this wouldn't be an 18-second run. So I don't know what team you ran to run an 18-second run, Bale. 2 Acrisias. Yeah, Phantom Touch Newt is messing with us a ton. You're right about that. So let's put in that second Acrisia. I'm already going back on my word about not using another team. Let's go look at Marichka, see if she's got that relic that you were talking about. Yeah, look at that. Fatal Terminator. Fatal damage. Like hypothetically, who's your fastest champion? Because if we have like you're 300 and something, you're 289, 290. Armand's not gonna do it for us. Odin, you're not that fast. There's Eastrid. Morgaine, slow. Do you have like a Siffy? No. Do you have a Arbiter? How fast is your Arbiter? 283. Do you have Lysandra? Who's your speed? Who's your fastest champion, Bale? You don't have Lysandra. Because my thought is like to guarantee that everyone gets to take it a turn before the boss goes, where is my YouTube chat? Oh, Bale, thank you for the £5 donation, man. I appreciate that. You said you don't have one of them. So if you have 2 renegades, you can do it in 12 seconds. Yeah, but you have to tank the team to stay alive. Like you have to tank the hits to stay alive. That's the issue with that. Let's see what the optimizer says. Because that's ultimately what we should be doing instead of me just brainstorming. This is a 10-second team. I think it's just going to have to be super fast, right? 9-second team. 295, and then everyone else is 245. So, like, let's check out the champions we were just testing. You're a good speed. She's a little slow, but not that slow. You're a good speed. You're a good speed. Marius? Marius is the slowest, but he's not far off. Two-turn stone skin. Two-turn stone skin for what? Richka? She was in one-turn stone skin. Oh, you're saying for everybody. Bale Arbiter's your fastest. Okay. I think we try that second Acrizia. Let's see how fast she is. If she's fast enough, she's not. Let's see how close it is. Because you're right, the Phantom Touch Newt is kind of what's messing everything up because he's hitting extra times against the boss and resetting it. I think this is possible. No, not Marichka. I'm sorry, Bill. We need our Marius in at this point. Okay, let's see if we're fast enough. We got the debuffs. So we have 8 hits left. 5 hits left. I wish she was going last. Because this is going to wake him up, like, no matter what. We can't steal turn meter here, but we can hit. And then our other Acrizia can go and hit again. So it's like we're very close. We're still getting wrecked, though. So is that a damage check that we're hitting? I mean, that's super close with Acrizia. Like nuking and surviving that. Boom. 48 seconds. Yeah, Pino, let me know. Also, welcome to the chat. I remember your name from previous videos. So yeah, welcome. Send me a screenshot. Dale, the good news is, if this is a takeover you want, this will be a very fun and easy takeover for me because basically we'll tweak some things, copy some things, and we'll get you like a 15-second team. It's an insane composition you have. You have no lack of champions. You've got all the champions you need to win the game, but definitely to beat Sand Devil very, very fast. Way faster than your new team is doing it for sure. Okay. Ashnar, let's take a look at him, see what is so crazy about him. If anyone knows what makes him so crazy, let me know, because I'm about to read his whole kit and try and figure out why he's so bonkers. So triple hitter, each hit increases the duration of all debuffs. I like that. Each hit has a 100% chance to increase the duration of HP burn instead if the initial chance does not activate for sure. Sweet. HP based. AoE instantly activates all HP burns. That's pretty nice. Whenever an HP burn debuff is activated on an enemy by the skill, decreases the resistance by 10, so you can lower a champion or enemy's hit resistance by 100. Increases 0 resistance up to 100. HP burn debuff is activated on an ally by the skill. Oh, it does all enemies and allies. So I think I remember that. Yeah, because you heal them instead of damaging them. So you can decrease enemies' resistance by 100, increase your resistance by 100. So that's pretty cool. Turn meter fill. That's pretty sweet. Weaken HP burn all enemies, HP burn all allies, then ally turn meter fill. So he's kind of like a turn meter machine. Each HP burn debuff placed by a champion increases max HP and defense by 5% up to 25%. Will not reset. We like that. Heals them instead of damaging allies. They deal 3% more damage for each active HP burn. That's so cool. I think that's it, right? I think it's his primary form. I think that is, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think because it's just like it got so much turn meter. He's making himself tanky and just doing a ton of HP shenanigans. So that's crazy. You also have Gizmek. I want Gizmek so freaking bad. With a 6-star soul, I bet he nukes in the Arena Bale. You have Draco Morph. He's on my wish list. You got a 6-star Hefrack. Double Acrizio. Acrizio's on my wish list. Fabian. Odin's very super sweet. Rockmar. I'm just looking at your champions. Kaelite is on my wish list. He's super cool. Cheshire Cat. Man. I feel like I'm turning green with envy. You've got a lot of cool champions. Granted, so do I, but you have a ton of the ones that I don't have, which is cool. What Unity champions do you have? You saw Aislinn. Right, so you have him. I think I saw Fina. You have Fina. I have both of those. No Falmond. I don't have a Falmond either. I'd like him. No Gregor. I'd also like him. Pretty much want all of them. No Vizug. No Teox. Did you pull your shards today? You don't have any shards, so I assume you did. I pulled my shards today. Trying to get them. Just got my 4-star for Hefrack 1 week ago. Yeah, I think mine's 3-star Awakened. He's so good. Hefrack is literally amazing. Bill, you said 2. I already forgot what I asked. 2 shards? Talk about pulling your shards today. No Bolint. Yeah. Okay, so you just have you have similar ones I have. You just have the first ones. No air gas. Everything you had, yeah. Demon Spawn, Volcanos, unbelievable. I know Bones, we're going to eventually do a look at your account. Heraclides, I also want. Ziklik, you don't have. Looks like we have the same 2 or 3. This one is Kaleth, yeah. Unity champ. Oh, you only have the 2. Okay, so I'm not even going to waste my time looking. You don't have a Senna. That's like one of the most broken champs in the game currently. No Toshiro, no Harima. So there are champions you're definitely missing. You do have a Nice. Do you use him in Arena? I have been flamed so many times for not reacting big enough when I pulled Nice. And everyone's like, he's like the best mythical in Arena, and I just don't use him. You also have Androck, who's like unbelievable. His passive here is maybe my favorite passive in the game. Critical hits inflicted by allies fills the tournament of all allies by 5%. Like, this is very, to me, Senna-esque, where it's like if everyone crits, then it fills all allies. And you can also do this with ally attacks. So like I want to put him in my Wixwall team. Well, Bale, I don't really know what you want for coaching, my man. Ooh, look at this guy, 1.17 billion. This is one of the people I'm competing with. Well, I got 1.19 billion, so get wrecked. Also, Bale, didn't realize you were in the Gallifrey cluster. Didn't know I was talking to a big dog. I remember when Hell Hades was in the Gallifrey cluster. Bale, you're doing 426. You're doing a Wixwall team yourself. You got the Ninja, Mikage, Hatter, Krisk variation. What's your ninja built like that you're only doing 400 million on Magic? Because this is best affinity for him. Am I blind? Just going to type instead of looking for him because I can't find ninja. 2-star soul, that hurts. Brimstone's not an amazing blessing for him, but it's okay for in general. Yeah, not a great. Okay, so not a ton of relic options. That'd be something to improve. War Master, I'd put him in Helm Smasher personally. He is in lethal already. Yeah, 5,000 defense. So that's more of a mid game tier. So what's your gear looking like? It's like here's your Gizmac, should be built very well. Pretty low on the attack, good crit rate, good crit rate, good crit damage. You don't even need the accuracy on him. So you don't need all of this, but that does give you the intercept stack, which makes sense. So you're not getting polymorphed. Yeah, man. I don't mean this in a mean way. I think your account moving forward is not about buying more shards, you know. I don't think it's about getting better champions. I think it's about getting better gear. So looking at the artifact optimizer, we can sort by your fastest speed, right? So your arbiter is your fastest. She's 377, which is definitely fast. 333, 318. So you have a few champions over 300, including your Fabian. Yeah. I mean, it is pretty good. If we sort by attack, let's see who's got your highest attack. Yannicka at 6,000. That's not super high. Granted, you might be using more defense and HP-based damage dealers, but that's definitely not a super high attack number to see. Crit damage. He-Man, 341 is good. Anything over 300 is solid. My ninja's at 411. So there's definitely some gear to be changed. Your resistance tanking Krisk is 492. You have another resistance tanking Krisk at 471. When you start having dupes of good Void Legendaries, I do think I personally start putting you in the whale category. 642 in the Armands, that's good accuracy. I mean, you have good gear. There's no question there. 95k HP on your Ashnar, 94. Melga, 92. 93 on Nice. You have good gear. 7,000 there. You have good souls, obviously, but I do think gear is the area where there is the most potential for improvement. So for you, that's probably going to be mostly like Cursed City, running this, you already beat the boss, which is good. Potentially even beating it on normal to try and get more accessories and stuff. Looks like you're trying to do that as well. Siege, getting feral artifacts, clan versus clan, getting more relics is going to be big. I'm getting to a point where I have a relic, even if it's not a great relic, on like every champion. So it looks like you've got them a lot on your top champions. But getting down to like all of these champions should have them as well. If you have enough to like have 5-star souls, 6-star souls, and they're empowered, they definitely should have enough to have accessories on them. So, or not accessories, relics on them. So that's something I would consider. Make sure everyone's got masteries. I noticed that 1 or 2 people didn't, but you've got an amazing account, Bale. Message me. We can figure out what we want to do in terms of a takeover. I'm happy to hop on here and build anything. If you want me to rebuild your Wixwell team and try and push 1 billion, I'm happy to do that too. So just let me know. We'll log out of this one, and then we'll do our last takeover. We'll take a look at Prinzo's account. Log out of this. Close out of the optimizer. And then I got to pull up my Discord. Prinzo, are you... at Horacio? Someone said they were at Horacio. Yeah, Prinzo, I see that. All right. Here's a screenshot of my champions. What champions would you want? Let's suggest to use for Hydra. Okay, so this will be simple, and then we can log into Arwaz's account. So basically, that was Bale. This is Prinzo. We're going to do Arwaz, and the only person getting bumped is Cadley, and then Bones for a spotlight. But that might not be a stream thing. We'll see. That might just be a video. All right, looking at your account, I see Royal Guard, I see He-Man, I see Michinaki for sure. I see a Duchess, Ragash, Skrank, Glycad, but you already have Duchess. I don't know if you need that as much. Mortu, Tatura, Cracklin, a Dupe Fabian, and a Shamail. Okay, so Mad Hatter is interesting, but I think Michinaki is your #1 rated Hydra champion in my mind. Michinaki does Hex, he does decreased defense, he does decreased attack, he does HP burn, he does a lot of damage. Wukong is up there as well, so Wukong is going to be your block buff / buff steal. So those two are in. No question, I think. He-Man is probably in. Does very good damage, and I don't see a ton of other great options. You need a provoker, so I'm looking right now at who your best provoker is, and I don't see any glaring options unless I'm missing something. I don't know what Modo does besides hit hard. Taragi does have a provoke, but I don't think he's great for it. Bivolt of the Thorn you have, he's going to be your best provoker. If you have books into him, Bivolt would be amazing. Now, if we're just talking about one team, get Bivolt to 6 stars. So Bivolt, Michinaki, Sun Wukong, that's 3. Duchess is 4. She's your support, reviver, potentially speed lead, and perfect veil to get you through the Head of Torment. Then you need decrease speed, who I'm not seeing any super good options. Royal Guard, probably. Yeah, Royal Guard, I would say, who's going to do AoE enemy max HP, and he's got a decrease speed on his A3. There's a lot of options. I'm not seeing anybody that's immediately calling my name. Husk is very good. He can also be an assisting provoker. So I might shout him out at 5. And then anyone else is really an option. Like Hatter is very good. Does weaken for the team and brings in more people, and he's an additional hexer. Ragash could be very good. He does decreased defense. So maybe... don't know if I'd bring in both of them, but I guess you could. But you already have decreased defense from Michinaki, so Ragash is out. So I would say Michinaki, Wukong, Bivald, those are and Duchess. Those are your obvious 4. And then it's kind of just damage dealers. I think Mad Hatter's good, especially with your soul that you have on him. Shamail's not a bad shout, but you already have Duchess, so I don't think you need that. And then I would say Royal Guard. That's probably your best option. I didn't see a Visix. If you have a Visix, I would call her out, unless I'm missing her, because she does decrease speed and provoking. So I think she's very good. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. Again, I mean, some of those champions you already have. Some of those champions you just need to level up, and then you should be good to go. You said you also have Phoenix, but if Bivald is booked for sure, he can work at 50, but he's gonna be a lot tankier at 60, and get him a War Master, which will be his only source of damage. Phoenix is good. I don't actually use my Phoenix and Hydra a lot. If he's built already very well for Clan Boss, then you could definitely bring him in as that 6 option. So you would do Michinaki, Sun Wukong, Duchess, Bivald, Mad Hatter, Phoenix. Or Royal Guard and Phoenix instead of Mad Hatter and Phoenix. Royal Guard and Phoenix because you have decreased speed. Phoenix also has block buffs and decreased speed if you kind of work it weirdly. His skill is a little bit interesting that way. Okay. So let me know. Obviously, we can talk more, Prinzo. Yeah. And message me, and I'm happy to continue assisting with you. Okay. So let's log on to Arwaz's account. Arwaz. And check your current teams, and then basically just give you feedback on your Hydra teams, and then we will be calling it a day for the stream. You log out. Remove another account. Cool. We're into Arwaz's account. So he said, can you quickly go through my Hydra teams in order to do Nightmare, Brutal, and Hard? You can check my current teams in the Clash scores. So let's look at what you're currently doing. Look at your count and then see if there's anything I would change. Mikage, +1 Michinaki. +1 Rathalos, +1 Ninja. Wukong, Molly, Mithrala, Rhonda, Lydia, Harima, Artak, Nekmo, Mithshald, Soulless, Razelvarg. I'm just looking at Hydra champions. Tyrant, Tramaria. Interesting. Emic Thor. Not booked, but Thor is some serious damage. I'm learning myself. Geo, Royal Guard, Deacon, Whisper. Skrank, Shamail with a 6-star is nasty. That should be crushing Rend. Although for his A3 he doesn't need it, but maybe Heaven Cast. All right, let's I see some very intriguing and interesting options. Let's take a look at, see what you've been doing. I don't know which clan you're in. You are in the Draenei clan. So you're currently in the lead. Arwaz, you did 516 million. So here is your brutal team. You said you want to try and do Nightmare, Brutal, and Hard, but this week you did Brutal, Hard, Normal. You did use Tramaria on your toughest team, which is interesting. I don't know a ton about her besides the AoE decrease speed. Ninja, Ugo, Shamail, Harima, Mikage. Harima and Ninja I would try and split up. because you're kind of wasting Mikage's ability on Harima. Like when Mikage does with an A1 and brings in Harima, that's a waste because Ninja's A1 is like one of the hardest, if not the hardest in the game. You said you got him from a last 10 event, so that makes sense. I would probably switch out. I'm trying to think who. Necmo? Bring in Necmo. Necmo should definitely be in your best team. And then who's doing your Hex? What again? I already forgot what Tremario's doing. I just know she got buffed recently. So she's got speed in all battles. That's a great aura. She's immune to all the control, and whenever someone tries to control her, so like when she tries to get provoked or when she tries to get feared from Head of Torment, she boosts her own turn meter, which is sweet. AoE, decrease speed. We like that. That's very Hydra-esque. AoE stun, we don't care about, and AoE turn meter decrease, we don't care about in Hydra because she can't do either of those things. So it's just an AoE hit. No, she is in a curse set. I was about to say. Good thinking over here, Prinzo. Or Arwaz. We're not on Prinzos. Full cleanse, turn meter fill, block debuffs. Fills the turn meter fill for every control debuff removed or any debuff removed. That's pretty good. She's a little bit of an engine that could. Buffing you. The 3-turn cooldown is sweet. Decrease speed. Yeah, she's good. I think she's definitely... I could be wrong because I don't have her, so I don't want to be like roasted for judging a champion I don't have. But my thoughts are... Necmo is for sure better than her, is my thoughts. Because he's doing increased speed, decreased speed on the enemy, also decreased attack, and leech, and he can also be your hexer. I think Shamail is an amazing shout in your number 1 slot. I think probably taking out Harima, putting in a Husk makes sense. Or taking out Tremario, putting in Necmo for sure. And I think taking out Harima, putting in a Husk probably makes the most sense. I don't see great provoking options based on who you've currently been using. So that might default you to a provoke set, which I don't like relying on, but I think Solus is a good shout, especially for lower levels when you're just doing raw damage. He's already booked, so he's got a provoke here. And then he's got triple hitter, 100% chance of placing provoke on the A2. So he's got 2 provokes, 4-turn and 3-turn cooldown. That should be enough. You've also got a Coronar, who's also a very sneaky good Hydra champion. But a +3 Husk is going to do a lot for you. Let's just take a look at, your account. No mythicals besides Mikage. See if there's anything we're missing in terms of block buffs. Wukong's going to be your best option. Gerptuk's not bad. But I think Wukong's for sure going to be your best option. And then Martyr potentially, but hers is a 4-turn cooldown, I think. Yeah. So I think Coronar's sneaky good if you can put the books into him. He counterattacks when other people hit him, basically, so you can put him in a hex set. You can build him for damage. He hits kind of hard. And building him for damage will also make him tanky. And then a 3-turn cooldown provoke is pretty sweet. Buffs himself. I like Coronar a lot. But I think Solus, Coronar, they're good provokers. You're going to have your Harima doing provokage. And I'm not saying that she can't be on the same team as Ninja. I just think it's a bit of a waste currently. Maybe you move Molly up. You're just losing a lot of damage if you do that. All right, I like that. Move Wukong up to your first team instead of Ugo. And then bring Molly up instead of your Harima. Bring Necmo up instead of your Tremarria. And then just have those other champions down. So Harima's in your second team. Ugo's in your second team. Tremarria's in your second team. And then Thor can probably come up. But I like the Skrank Rathalos pairing of having that HP burn with Rathalos. That's super big. And then I like Lydia a lot, especially in that first team. Gerptuk's in there. That's good. Provoking, I guess, is Seeker, I'm assuming, and your Husk. So I think you have good team compositions. I just think in terms of like maximizing your Ninja, realistically you want 3 ally, like 2 ally attacks. You've got 2 with Mikage, but you would like more if you can find more. Like I use Cardiel and Mikage on the same team. You don't have many great options. Really, it's just Farrakhan, and I don't think Farrakhan merits a spot in your team over any of those other champions. So let's see how a few of them are geared. Ninja should be your best damage. I mean, he's done like 700 million himself for me before. 7,000 attack, full crit rate, 295 crit damage, 165 speed is tough. 378. The only reason I won't give you too much grief for that, because that is pretty abysmal, is because Mikage brings him in so much, but it's like he still needs to take turns. He still needs to, like, for his passive to stack, he has to use all of his abilities on the same enemy. And it's like, is he getting 3 turns while one head is still alive? I don't know. 165 is too slow, man. I know you've got the 6-piece Merciless, which is awesome on him, but we do need to get him better speed. We're getting single speed rolls on some of these, no speed rolls on some of 2 of these pieces. We just need him to be faster. Realistically, we want him to be 200, even if we're losing a little bit of the attack and the crit damage. He's just too slow. So that's something to work on for sure, is gearing. Some interesting pieces here. 300 speed is good for Mikage, though, but like she's twice as fast as your. Necmo, that's a pretty solid speed. I like him in a curse set the most, but you can put him in whatever set you want to. Phyllis is built, he's not built with accuracy. Razovarg is a champion we didn't mention. He doesn't bring decreased speed, but Razovarg is very, very good at getting your team going fast, and he's also an amazing damage dealer over time. So I'm trying to think what team to slot him into. Probably maybe over Tremaria? Or over Seeker? Because he's going to do, like, Seeker's do more Terminator fill, but the increased speed, you already have increased speed from Lydia, though. Maybe put one of your other champions, like your Tremaria. We're moving her down from the top team, which is currently Brutal. We'll call it Nightmare. From Nightmare to Brutal. Maybe put her in a Hex set. She already is in Hex set, so maybe put her in the Hex set and replace Mithrala with Razovarg. Because you're going to have a mini cleanse from Ugo. And then you can get your Hex from Razovarg. He's got 2 AoEs. I don't know, man. He said you haven't got a good legendary in. Oh, this is MVF talking. Haven't got a little. Cannot move this thing. All right, let me pull up this back on my other screen. I didn't mean to open up the Hell Hades Artifact Optimizer, but we just did. Where is? Can't find my freaking YouTube chat. There we go. Haven't got a good legendary of the month. Got champs like Yanaka, Tatsu, and Marinix, War Mother. Now, Marinix, not a good champion. I stand with you. I do think she's better than people give her. Is she here or is she Dark Elf? I do think she's a little bit better than people talk about her. Because she's got a quad hitter in the A1 if they have a Hex. AoE Hex and decreased defense on a 3-turn cooldown. That's an amazing ability. And then another AoE. She's super good at like Minotaur. She can do it very, very fast. And increases her own attack. I think she's like sneaky good. You got Mikage before, Syl, Chako, and Feral. Chako is bonkers. That's another champion I want super, super bad. So yeah, Arwaz, I think you're close. I think some better gear, better souls is tough to say because it's like if you don't have any soul stones, they're just tough to get. Artek could also be in a team if you want him to. I think Necmo definitely should be in your best team. He's in my best team currently. And you kind of got to pick between Ninja and Harima. But this Ninja build has some work to be done. Rathalos I like a lot. I'm getting tired. Tremaria, I think that's a sneaky good use. Thor can definitely come into one of these teams. You just got to take somebody out, and I'm not sure. So that's going to be it. It has been a 3-hour stream, which is my longest stream by far, and I'm very, very tired. It's not that late, but it is. I didn't mean to close Playroom first. like I said, long. I worked a full day, worked 9 hours, immediately hopped on here, streamed for 3 hours, and then I got to be up early to go in the office tomorrow. So this has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. We had 21 people. Please go follow me on Twitch. We're trying to get more followers on there so we can start doing marbles and we can start doing like content giveaway and stuff like that. I know right now it's just a black screen, but eventually we'll get it to be an actual live Twitch. So thank you guys for watching.